Hello, everyone. Welcome to Route 66. That's us. We are playing Water Under the Bridge today. That is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons game in which we are playing through some classic old school D&D adventures like the Temple of Elemental Evil or the Sunless Citadel, but converted to 5th edition and set in a homebrew world that we have kind of all chipped in on in some way or another. At this point, it's true. I see the skeptical faces. It's true.
What? I nodded.
I didn't mean you.
Oh.
The one who still has a skeptical face.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what we're doing today. Let's introduce ourselves. Ava.
Hi, I'm Ava, the real Ava, and I'm back from having my PC malfunction and be
You were gone?
depressing. Yeah,
You were introducing yourself every week.
I didn't notice.
Yeah.
No.
You know, sometimes it happens. But I'm Avari. I play Junko, the human rogue. And when I'm not playing the human rogue, I will playing a human witch. Which tomorrow, sadly, I won't be able to make it. I'm sorry. But when I'm not doing that or at work, I'm streaming sometime when I want to be sleep deprived. We'll figure it out.
And when the computer works.
This name right here. Yeah, and when my computer allows me to. On to Ashlow.
Oh, hi. That's me.
This way.
I am... You had it right the first time.
No, I didn't.
I don't know. It's reversed and it's confusing. Hi, I'm Ashley. I play Ithri, who is a dwarf who is really excited because he's got a new hammer. And it's not even for hitting people with.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily.
You could.
It's not for hitting people with. It could be used in an emergency, but it's kind of too shiny. Like he's really excited about it. So
You need to break it in.
yeah, with people's faces.
Yeah, get some blood on it.
Today I'm being pestered by cats. I don't know why. They've been fed. Don't report me to the RSPCA.
Not
That's about
fed
it.
enough.
Oh, t-shirts. I forgot I do this now. Today I'm wearing, it's not a D&D one. This is my Assorted Ninjas t-shirt. It's really complicated
It's
and
just
you
a
can
blank
look at
shirt
it
for all the
forever.
ninjas.
there's a butler there, and there's a ninja in a dinosaur costume, and there is I think a pimp ninja. I'm not sure. That look is a bit weird. Yeah, I like this t-shirt. That's me. Go. Who's next?
Ashley.
Ash, hi.
Oh God. Oh, okay. I'm Ashley. Also, I play Cora. She's a monk, and sometimes I play Sayoni. She's a sorcerer, but none in this game. That's in the tomorrow game. I'm in a weird place today. Not that weird. I'm just house sitting, so that's why it looks weird and different, and the lighting is shittier than usual.
That's just the divine glow from your newfound
It's
knowledge.
the divine glow from Archael. I make stuff and I sell it online at Pixelmon Studios, but I don't have any, so I can't show you any. I'm sure other people can. They like to do that. Yeah, like that stuff.
That's cute.
Yeah, that's about it.
They're still shown. Thank you. Cryptic.
Hello, I am Dracon, the human wizard who shoots stuff with spells of fire and ice and all assortment of elements. When I'm not playing Dracon, the amazing human wizard, I do stream at Cryptic on Twitch sometimes. I'm going to try to be more consistent, which probably means I won't be, but we'll see what happens.
Hey, you left wiggle room there.
Yeah, of course. I did have my 3-year stream anniversary the other day, and that was fun. So yay,
GG.
yay for that.
Nice.
Yeah. I play a variety of games. Come check me out. It's fun. I swear a lot and I rage.
Also check out that TikTok, that one. You know the one.
Yeah, I need to put more on TikTok, man. I'm slacking hard, bro.
You got some funny shit on there.
I like Saraha's TikTok. It's super cute.
Saraha, who's that?
That's me. I play Novacree. She's a druid. And on Mondays I play Kyra. I almost forgot her name for a second. I don't know what else to say. I stream sometimes, but I haven't streamed in a long time, so I'm not gonna plug that. But I do have social media if you want to follow. It's Osraha.
Is that on? Is that the TikTok too? Osaraha?
Yeah, TikTok is Osaraha. Twitter, Instagram.
No. The TikTok is _.
That's
Don't you be
true. I
lying.
think the Instagram has an underscore as well. Unfortunately,
Oh
But-
snap! You lying out here?
I'm lying.
Somebody take it before you could, so you had
Yeah.
to put in the.
Probably somebody with the name Sarah and then A, like their last initial, but
That's tragic.
Damn them.
social media.
And how about McKnightsy?
Sorry, before I make Nightsy, I just saw your Cusco TikTok, Saraha. Absolutely most favorite thing ever in my life.
I do have a couple D&D meme TikToks, so.
Oh no, I that's my favorite. Hi, I'm Verithiel. I am the Elf Fighter Ranger Rogue Liar.
Checks
I
out.
like tacos. I don't stream anywhere, but sometimes you can catch me in one of these lovely folks' streams. And I'm not as sneaky as I thought I was. Ha. Ha
So
ha.
checks out.
Nervous laugh.
That definitely checks out.
That was eerily good. Thank you.
It was really good.
Definitely McKnightsy. And I'm Askell Archer. I am the DM, the dungeon master for this game. I will be playing all the NPCs. That would be the pirates, the awakened creatures that may or may not be of a roguish nature, a few different trees and plant-like creatures, and one river barge, it turns out. I will also be adjudicating the rules and presenting the adventure to our players to kind of make their way through and ideally survive mostly. You know, not without a couple losses here and there, but mostly. When I'm not running games on Route 66 or preparing games for Route 66 or planning games for Route 66, I don't have a lot of other time, but I am streaming on Twitch as Askell Archer. And we're going to be starting Psychonauts this week, which I've been told is pretty good. I don't know anything about it. I can't make any jokes or anything.
Yeah, apparently it's a good game.
That's what I hear. That's literally all I know about it. But yeah, that's us. So you, chat, if you want to be involved in today's game, you can be involved by spending your gold pieces, that is your channel points, on chat's blessings, which are recorded on the right side of the screen by that little winged D20. Our players can spend that at a 1-to-1 ratio to give themselves plus or minus 1 on any D20 roll, or to give me plus or minus 1 on any D20 roll. And those are cumulative, of course. You can also save up and spend a bigger portion of your channel points to buy inspiration, which will go to one of these lovely players, whoever's kind of the most active in a given scene. So that's everything we got going right now. Shall we run the intro?
You could mention the sub thingy majiggy.
Well, I mean, we've mentioned that before, but yeah, okay, we have changed the graphic for it. Yes, when we hit 50 total sub points, we are going to do a hardcover book giveaway, and it has to be D&D or Pathfinder, though I don't think we need to differentiate between editions for that, do we? There's no real reason. I think it's fine. So yeah, but that's presumably still a little ways off, but you can now kind of see the progress towards that on screen. Now, let's run the intro. Good call, Craig. And we're back.
Hello.
Welcome back.
So, let's recap a little bit. I know, Ava, you're familiar with what you've missed by and large, but I'll try to be a little more specific all the same. So you guys have come to the village of Noct, on the shores of the Imedris River, and the closest settlement to the Temple of Elemental Sin, your long-term target. This temple was ruined long ago, and you know that it is returning. It has activity once more. You have encountered clerics from there, and ambushed certain creatures that are marshaling an army below that temple ruin. While in Noct, you discovered that one of the local shopkeepers, the apothecary, Mother Skreng, was more than she seems. She's no hedge witch, but is in fact the canoness Elia herself, cleric of Archael, and presumed missing for quite some time. You find she is alive and well and free and spying on the temple. She provided you guys with a great deal of information, some advice, and some critique.
Scolding?
We'll call it critique. Some constructive criticism.
I feel like I got scolded.
But she was able to give you information on the Galthias tree that you've been looking for, including what you can expect from it, what kind of powers this tree likely has, and also helped you kind of confirm your suspicions of its region, where it can be found. This, unfortunately, is in the village of Oakhurst, some 60 miles away if you go by river, 90 miles by road. And that's through dense, dangerous jungle. In preparation to go out here, you settled on taking a river ship and tried to track down the only known captain in Noct, Captain Tullum. You were unable to find him, but you did find his first mate, Gru Brighteye, drinking in the boatman's tavern. Unfortunately, Gru was somewhat disagreeable to working with you.
Kind of a bitch, just saying.
And is also kind of a bitch. That is true. When she refused to even take you to the captain, Junko suggested maybe you could convince the pirates by earning their respect the pirate way. That is, brute force and a little bit of violence. Enthusiastically, Nova strode right up to her and punched her in the nose, probably broke most of her knuckles. That didn't go so well, but the ensuing bar fight went terrific for you. You took out about half of the pirates in the bar before the captain showed up, put a stop to all of the nonsense, and made a bargain with you. He charged a steep rate and was very ominous in his threat of what would befall you should you give any nonsense or pick a fight or have trouble in any way with his crew. He also warned you of some of the dangers you could expect in the jungle, from lizard folk to strange ancient reptiles that still wander the jungles, to disease and intelligent plants and other horrific monsters of the rivers. You were not to be dissuaded. You made the deal, and you settled in for the night, knowing that you would be boarding first thing in the morning. That night, Cora snuck out to meet with Elia once again and to try to determine something about her origin. Elia was a little more forthcoming this time and revealed that Cora had been left, or rather they had found young Solaris actually, with an amulet worn about her neck bearing indication that she was none other than the lost younger daughter of Archael himself, and that she was raised in secrecy and care so that on her 18th birthday she might return to Archael to become his prophesied guardian, his protector. This prophecy unfortunately didn't come true, as Cora is already 18 and she made some choices. Ilya is determined to correct this error, but first believes that Prince Thrommel, the son of Archael, must be found, and believes him to be held captive in the temple itself. She has said that once Thrommel is rescued and the temple dealt with, then Cora Solaris can return to Eminence in honor and glory to take her prophesied seat. She also offered up a little bit of mumbo-jumbo about the temple itself. A document, a poem and riddle left by Lord Rabalar of 10 years ago fame, which I'll leave to your discretion what to make of that riddle. I have made a copy of it in you guys' handouts, so if anyone wants to see it, it is called Rabalar's Testament. And that is in the handouts folder. It was very, frankly, childish and a simple rhyme, but seemed to indicate that there may be some importance yet to the golden orb that Nova carries. With that being said, Solaris Cora returned to the stables, unaware of anybody.
Do you not
who
know
may
which
have...
name to call her?
No, I'm just using both.
Okay.
Unaware of eyes that may have been upon her, or ears during some of this time.
Wait, what?
What? And then you guys had a extended rest. You slept through the night, and early in the morning, for poor E3, probably far too early, you were roused and approached the river's ghost. That is Captain Talib's ship in Noct, and that's where we're going to pick up.
Just a reminder, Ithri didn't sleep, so early wasn't a problem.
That's right. You stayed up through the entire night working in the forge with Otis.
I did.
He likes to be exhausted.
And
Getting used to it
speaking
now.
of exhausted, Junko is too, right?
Yes, Junko also bears some bags under the eyes. Though,
Which
being
doesn't seem out of the ordinary.
while true, being of your blood, like of celestial blood, it's...
He is.
Look at the damn overlay, dude. Even bags under the eyes, like ASMR don't get those like normal people either. It's very subtle, and only another ASMR would really recognize it without like experience in being around, you know, those of your blood.
Yeah, if you're not like me, you don't know anything about me.
Something like that. So,
Okay, Lori.
you guys
It would if you let them in.
have come to the dock where the crew are boarding the river's ghost. You can see Gru up on the top deck, barking out orders at various crewmates. The sailors themselves are going about their tasks. Everyone's kind of quiet. The sun isn't even over the eastern horizon yet. So it's just the faintest rays of pink cresting the sky right now. What do you guys want to do?
We're gonna go to the ship.
Yep.
All right, as you guys board, one of the crewmen approaches you. Junko, you would recognize this individual as one of the men who you drank with. Was that 2 days ago? That was
Roughly,
2 days
yeah.
ago, yeah. that being the bosun. He greets you. Morning. Got hammocks for you down
Hey,
below.
how's it going?
Fine. If you'll come with me, I can show you where your hammocks are.
Nice.
And he takes you across the deck to a very narrow, kind of rickety staircase that descends below decks. Now, in kind of some description of this ship, there is a sail on it. It is a sailing ship. There are 2 masts, and there's sort of a latticework grate in the center of the top deck. You can see at the aft castle, there are 2 large ballistae mounted, facing diagonally outward from the ship, as well as, of course, the ship's or the is there a term for the wheel that you know what I'm talking
Spinny
about?
thingy.
Just a wheel.
I think it's just the wheel, right?
Yeah, I don't think
I've
there's
never heard
another
a special
term.
term for it. There are 2. Actually, before we cover the below decks, at the forecastle, there is also a large winch, which is used for loading cargo into and out of the cargo hold of the ship. Now, the ship looks somewhat large, and you can see that there is a skeletal woman that has been carved into the bow of the ship. Still working on my nautical terminology. Bear with me here. And
We need Alvin.
yeah, for real. In gold plating on both sides of the ship, the name The River's Ghost has been spelled out. Now, there are 2 stairs that descend below decks. One in the forecastle, one in the aft, and you are taken to the one in the fore, which descends into sort of a shadowy, dim, dark galley. There's a table here. You can see that there are some provisions for food, some chairs. There's a few sailors who look like they're off duty who are rolling dice on the table. While the bosun leads you to... there's 2 more sets of stairs from here on the outsides that both descend down into the cargo hold. And down here, all along the port and starboard sides are hammocks, just draped 2 to a side, or like 2 side by side in sets all along. There's about 18 total hammocks per side. And it's very cramped and tight and smelly. You can see that the cargo that has been loaded in here is all stacked in the middle between the 2 masts and along the back where there are no hammocks. While there is one more set of stairs that goes up in the south wall, which you have not seen what's up there. The bosun kind of shoves past a few other sailors who are here, gesturing to a set of 6 hammocks along the south and west side. So you're in the southwesternmost area, right by, funny enough, all of the booze. Right here. These 6 are yours. You can go wherever you want, just kind of stay out from underfoot, don't get in the way, and if there's an emergency, you better hop to it, or the captain will have your hides.
You mean hop to the fighting, right?
Fighting, or bailing water, whatever other disasters we might run into.
Bailing water?
Where can we find a bucket?
Buckets, and he'll gesture to a corner. Over there.
Our potty buckets.
Doesn't happen very often. Really only if we get into a skirmish with some of the sailing warships or other pirates.
Oh.
How deep is this river?
I don't rightly know. Deep enough that you can't stand on the bottom. Not even in the shallower parts. Deep enough that some of those big lizard behemoths can swim in it.
I'm sorry. How many lizard behemoths have you seen?
Me personally, or just
Yeah,
been around on the voyage?
No, you personally.
Me personally? 1. Just the 1. Great, big flippered creature with a long neck like a giraffe. But the teeth were more like a tiger.
Huh. I thought they were extinct.
Don't know nothing about that. Just know we sailed right on past it, and our sister ship got taken down by her. So,
Huh.
like I said,
Must have.
if there's going to be a trouble, you're going to want to be on the top deck doing your part. And if you think the captain won't have you all flogged for shirking your duty, think again. Right, well, work's to be done.
Wait, flogging?
Morning. And he's gonna
Okay.
head on up the stairs, leaving you guys down here. Now, there are other pirates down here as well, most of them sleeping still, snoring loudly on the east side, one who's just kind of grunting occasionally in the west side. There's one who's whittling wood, it looks like, seated on a box, just kind of eyeing you while he's whittling.
So I think I'm gonna stay above deck. This is my first time on a ship sailing.
Okay.
You mean
Yeah?
Mine
You-
too,
you mean-
actually.
you mean during the day, not at night, right?
Oh, right, yeah.
I was just making sure because they have given us hammocks down here. I've never slept in a hammock before. They don't look very comfortable.
Me either.
It's quite comfortable.
Oh, okay then.
Do you how do you? Cora's gonna try to get in her hammock.
So just a few notes about the hammock. It is a little crusty.
Ugh.
There's a funk to it that you probably don't want to think too hard about. It's very like stiff fabric. It's not soft and it doesn't have very much give to it. It's like trying to sleep in a tarp, basically.
Is it just one or two attachments
Yep.
on either side?
Yup. And it's very like narrow. It kind of
Do
folds
you have to
in
like
on yourself a little bit.
spread this out to like get? She's just gonna shove herself in it.
I think Miss Nova might be the only one who stayed in a hammock. Maybe she could
Well,
teach us.
This isn't very nice.
they were a lot nicer than these ones. I've never been on a ship either, so.
It's got holes in it. A lot of holes. In fact, it's just looks like a net. Okay, I'm done with this. Just gonna get out of it. Oh, guys, I gotta show you something. I'm gonna pull out that thing.
What do you have?
Is this an eye patch again?
No, I don't have any. That's gone. I have a riddle.
A riddle. Like,
Why?
you just made one up?
No. Stilly, show him. Do the thing.
Oh, well, what? Okay.
Thing.
Do your job.
Somebody gave me this last night.
A what? Just someone random?
No.
Is
You know,
is it who I think it is?
yeah.
It's they who may not be named.
Mother Scrang.
Voldemort.
Oh yes, it was Mother Scrat. Yes, we can say yes. I didn't think about that. It was a long night. I'm sorry.
I've never been
Agreed.
good at riddles, but
Does
can
this
give it a
mean
go.
anything to you, Miss Cora?
Not really.
Why would she give it to
Yeah,
you then?
I think she thought we as a group might be able to figure something out from it.
The,
You know, it has to do with, you know, the place,
I understand.
the temple.
So, wherewithal is not a typo at the bottom, right? Near the bottom?
Mhm.
Okay. Just making sure.
So we have the key, but we need the gems in magic boxes, locked boxes.
Do we want to open something like this? That's the real question.
I think it's
Well, we know of one thing
Mm-hmm.
that was locked away.
thing. Yeah. That thing.
Is it referring
says-
to that thing?
I mean, it says with the key you can succeed in destroying.
Oh.
And what key would that be?
The
I was
also-
up late last night. My bad.
She also said she'll look at Nova, not to touch it.
Yep.
Unless
Shade said that before.
Unless you're really strong enough to do it, to control it.
Well, that's not me then.
I'm strong.
I don't.
I'm
think
pretty strong as
I
mine,
mean,
but
I don't mean physically strong. But maybe that too.
oh, poor E3. So, I don't think this is the best place. I mean, there's people around.
I
us.
just wanted to make sure you guys saw it. I didn't want you to think I was hiding things from you.
Like your name, you mean?
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Do you guys know that meme of the puppet monkey and the spacesuit? And he's like,
Yes.
Yes.
that would have
Oh.
been Junko when we found out her name. And when you said, are we all just a bunch of liars?
Accurate.
Yeah, Cora will actually kind of look at Junko. No. Nothing else.
Junko suddenly has something very busy with her hands. Like, cleaning underneath her clean nails.
This is gonna go super well if we all definitely are not lying to each other and can
I
definitely
am
trust
not-
each other.
I'm
I
gonna
have-
stare at Thurithiel.
Well,
I'm staring between Thorithio, Junko, and Cora.
I did learn some more stuff, I guess.
I'm looking at you three. Just shrug.
Is it stuff I like? There's a lot of. We can't know everything about each other all at once. We've only known each other for a few weeks.
That
Yeah,
Right,
is
some
true.
of, some of
Spoiling
this.
out life-changing information that pertains
Yeah.
to what we're doing is not okay. Like, for example, when you guys told me that you had killed a certain person, only to find out you had not killed certain person.
I yeah, understood.
I mean,
How do we get to a point where
Well,
we
technically,
can?
we did kill him. We just brought him back immediately.
I don't think technically is helping.
Okay.
we also did tell you within like an hour of meeting you, we was just unsure at first. So
Yeah,
You
if you're
can
gonna
send
hold a
us
bunch of
that.
things over our heads, that's not gonna build some trust.
Not holding things over your head, I'm just making some very good points.
Well, maybe people keep secrets to protect other people.
yes, Cora.
I didn't say that. It wasn't me.
Junko's not gonna have that as a pointed edge knife at anybody. Just
No, I know. But I'm going to direct it at Cora.
Whoa, don't point the knife at me, please.
I stab her.
Ow.
Well, this wasn't a secret as such, but I have been writing letters to my brother about everything that we've been doing. I haven't sent them yet.
Everything?
They're all here. Well, like I don't know how detailed my writing is, but I've just been sending him letters about stuff.
Oh,
there isn't.
You know, I sent letters too. Not your brother, but you know,
Yeah, I
I
just
don't think that's a bad thing.
I hadn't told any of you, and if you want to.
I
read
thought
them.
you did tell us that you was writing letters and you asked if you could leave out our full names.
That was just
Actually,
you.
I was not there for that conversation.
That
No,
was
you
literally
weren't.
just Ithri and Draken.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think everybody else like went to bed, and I'm like,
Yeah, and
don't
I
care.
I started writing, and then
Yeah.
So Dracon knows, but
I know a lot.
also I haven't told you guys my family name.
did
What
we
is
know
your
it?
family?
If that's
wasn't-
private information, that's private information. I understand that completely, but withholding information about a war that is brewing or certain things relating to a place we're supposed to be, that could endanger the group. That's my point.
So
Keeping
you're not
secrets that
mad-
endanger other people is not good.
So you're not mad if somebody like doesn't tell you like their name or like part of their name or
No, I haven't
Their
told you everything about my
surnames.
personal history either. Because it's not affecting the entire group.
well, you seem pretty upset when you learned my name.
I kind of beg to differ on a little bit of that one, Miss Nova. At least what you told me the first day outside the bar. I feel like that could be pertinent information for everybody. At least if they are after you.
They aren't after me.
What info? Looks back and forth.
There's
Hey,
people
you go-
down here, right?
Go back to your whittling over
Yeah.
I killed the man whittling.
I
Kill him in the testicles with your staff.
Yeah.
Maybe we should save this for
there. Yeah, okay.
save important stuff for a private time.
I guess-
How do we learn to trust each other?
I trust all of you. At
You
least with my
assume-
life.
Easy. You assume people don't tell you things for a reason.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I
yes.
just want to make sure you guys aren't like mad at me or you like don't want to travel with me anymore or you know.
I'm
This-
going to do something Junko never does. And
Slap
I'm
me on
going
the butt.
No, I am going to reach out and pat Cora on the head anime style. Like, you know how they do in the animes? And they're just like, it's... You're still the same Cora that I know.
Because I found out some other stuff that I can't tell you right now, but it's pretty big.
Well, we can find that out later. I need to see how that man's doing that thing. And I'm gonna go over to the guy whittling the wood.
He stops as you approach. Wood.
Can you teach me?
No.
What you making?
Go away.
I have alcohol.
He glances at the like
3 kicks.
20 to 30 kegs of rum stacked
Is it
along
good
the
rum?
sidewall. Hard to tell. It's rum.
This is different.
I have a job to do. He's gonna put the carving away and get up and start headed for the stairs up to the deck.
Got him. Did exactly what I thought he would do. Okay.
Are there still people down here? Just a couple.
Sleeping.
Okay. But-
Raycon, the stuff that I told you, I'm not certain has to do with the temple fully. I think it was
I-
just to do with
I-
one person.
Guys,
No,
the
I-
snores can get
I-
quieter real easy.
do you want to kill them? We can kill them.
What? No. What?
No.
That's what you make them quieter by, like slicing a throat, maybe.
No, I
Like-
meant they're waking up.
Oh
You
yes, it
silly
is
old
good.
man.
Excuse me, I'm not old. Miss Junko,
You do
you've been
seem to
through
want
this.
to. You do seem to want to murder people a lot recently.
That bar fight really just wakened something up in you.
It's changed you.
It just reminds me of the good old days, you know, of traveling and
Jeez,
Murdering
there's
people
a
in
lot
their
of
sleep.
Bar
Traveling
fights.
and killing people.
I've never killed a man other than when I met you people. So that is down to you guys, not me. Thank you.
I mean, that's fair.
You know, I could say the same thing actually.
I look at Junko.
I was just when you said about keeping information that could endanger is what I was leaning towards, Nova. I'm not saying it's regarding what we are doing now, but and maybe it won't even affect us or you. Hopefully, not you, but you never know is what I was meaning.
The information I keep really is only a danger to me and my mother. Of
Do you
no
think
bearing
those
to the rest of us.
that
Are you
do
two on the run from the mafia?
No, although
Does mafia
horse
happen
mafia
to include
now.
horses?
They hated my mother. They hate me.
Wait, where would Sakari be then? Did we get him to go down the stairs?
We put
He's
him.
in
On, he's on the barge.
I know he's on the
I
barge. I just,
presumably-
He would be down here, yes, in the cargo hold.
I'm gonna make sure I brought lots of snacks for him.
Maybe you are right. I'm just if we are with you and they are after you, it could
No one is
enlarge.
after
I
me.
mean, you know what I mean?
Just don't. If you don't say anything about what I am, nobody's after me.
I would
Wait,
never,
what are
no.
you?
A
A
human.
beautiful young lady.
I thought that I told. What did I tell you?
I'm gonna go up top and learn how to do ship things. Anyone in for that?
Yes.
I want to learn how to tie some knots. Yeah.
I will come up there with you, yes.
Before I answer that question, I've got a quick overgame mechanical question. If he was to sleep his long rest now, does that mean he wouldn't be able to have another long rest until like 10 a.m. the next morning?
It's every 12 hours, I believe, you can have an extended rest. So, if you had an extended rest now, let's see, let's call it 8 a.m. right now. If you slept from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m.,
That's 10 hours, 4 p.m.
then you would be able to have another extended rest at 6 a.m. Oh, wait, you're right, 4 p.m. Then you'd be able to have another rest at 4 a.m.
If he's just going to stay up, it's fine.
Okay.
I need some fresh air. So, yeah, let's go.
Yes, it smells
Do some
musty
stuff.
down here.
Maybe there'll be some places to do some training if anyone wants to fight.
I got my fighting
No.
out yesterday.
I think we can
Same.
spar a little bit, Ashlow.
Yeah? Well, let's see if there's any jobs to do first, and then...
Okay.
And
So-
if we're allowed.
As you make your way up to the top deck, you find the ship is already underway. You can actually still see, like, looking over the deck, you can still see Noct and the bridge back behind you, and the sound of the jungle is kind of it's growing rapidly. Like as you follow the river northeast into the jungle. You can hear strange bird cries, shrieking animals of every kind, insects, all sorts of other things. Those of you who have been in the jungle before would be accustomed to this, which would be all of you, since you went in here to kill goblins. Right. But the jungle you were in was very, like, clear. It was safe. It was on the road. You went a little ways off, and, like, maybe there were some snakes or some big bugs, but, like, here, looking to either side of the river, you can see just dense growth and the occasional shifting of foliage or large, colorful birds just staring at you. While the pirate crew on the top deck goes about their work. You can see many of them up on the masts above. You can see Gru standing at the wheel, at the helm. And Captain Tullip is on the forecastle. And he has, unlike when you, well, no, I think he did have the hat on yesterday when you saw him. He has a large, wide-brimmed hat with a number of colorful red, yellow, green, white feathers. And now there's actually a long-tailed red and orange bird sitting on his shoulder. As you approach, a couple of the pirates grumble about get out of the way, this or that, while others look kind of pleased to see a distraction from the monotony of their work. And over the next few hours, you are able to, assuming you stay out from underfoot, you can enjoy like the fresh air. You can maybe get involved a little bit. A pirate could teach you how to tie those knots, for example. If you wanted to do a little bit of sparring, that would probably have to be below deck. There's 40 people on a not so big ship, not counting yourselves. So, you know, not a lot of space up here. However, for the first leg of your journey, actually, let me move this to our actual map. And it occurs to me, we don't have any kind of token marker for where your party's location is.
Use a donkey! Sakari!
Well, this week, we won't use one. I don't think we need it necessarily, but let's plan on figuring out what you guys want to use for like a party. Actually, wait a minute. Ashlo, you made a thing, didn't you? For the like a party, or was that just for your own, that symbol that you made?
Which what?
The
That
image.
he put on a little trinket and he gave to us?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could use that. That's for sure.
All right.
But I that was just supposed to be the trinket, but it's a nice little.
That could mark just the location of the party.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, remind me during the break, and I will upload that, and we'll use that on this map for future reference. The ship,
Okay.
however, moves at about 2 miles per hour.
That's slow as
Beauty.
flick.
You are going upriver. I mean,
Is the wind at our backs?
not very much. You're in a jungle. There's only so much wind.
Fair.
We're just taking the Imrides River, right?
And
up
the
to where
Belvedere.
it meets. Oh, we're going up that way as well.
Yeah, we're on the
So-
Emeralds and then we go onto the Belvedere.
The
And go all the way.
The plotted journey is about 60 miles. And, oops, it would be
Yeah, okay.
about,
That's what I thought.
about there.
Okay.
So, the beauty of this is the ship never has to stop sailing. So, assuming about 48 miles a day, cut that down by, difficulties, repair, stuff like that. 3 days may very well happen. So, for day one, let's just kind of streamline this a little. Day one, I need one of you... Actually, well, first of all, I need to know what, in general terms, are each of you kind of doing through the day? Like, in terms of, like, are you practicing or training or working on something? Are you keeping a lookout? Are you trying to learn a new skill? Are you trying to make some friends? Are you just trying to stay the heck out of the way?
I did want to do one thing.
Okay, well, that's great. That's exactly how many things you guys get to do per day.
Yay!
Or did you mean something smaller?
Smaller.
What's that?
I want to approach the people that are playing dice.
Okay. At some point, probably we'll say 2 hours into the trip, you venture up the little set of wooden steps. There are currently 3 men seated at the table. One of them is a halfling, and they're throwing dice. One of them looks
Hello. Good morning, everybody. Do you mind if I take a seat?
Sit.
I'll sit down.
What are you playing here?
And he's going to proceed. So I'm not going to RP this out because I don't have a dice game. But he's
Tim.
going to proceed. D&D is my dice game.
We're surrounded by dice, but you don't have a dice game.
I want
we
to
can
play
do-
dice with them.
You can. You can, and in fact, this if it's your kind of thing, you could make this even what you're doing during the day. But basically, what you can do is your choice. You can try to bluff, which would be deception. You can make a deception roll, or a sleight of hand roll if you want to try to cheat, or an insight check to try to read the others. But it sort of boils down to like dice poker.
Can I not use my passive?
No,
No, never mind.
not in this case.
Cheating would be the easiest, but it's terrible.
But depending on what you do, you would roll against them, and whoever rolls the highest out of those 3 stats is going to win. However, if a sleight of hand check is attempted and you roll below someone's passive perception, then they will catch you cheating.
I wanna be forthright. I just wanna gamble for some money and
Okay.
see if I win.
So you can choose between deception or insight.
How much am I betting here? What's the buying on this game?
In this case, that would be more how much do you want to gamble? This
Let me
is
have a
over
look
the
in my
course
purse.
of time.
15 gold.
15
I'll put
gold?
on the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you are aware. We'll do the best out of 3 with this, and each time you'd have to raise or drop out.
Yep.
So we'll
okay, insight. Here we go. 19.
Insights. All right. You sit. Oops, I forgot. There's 3, not 2. I was counting it. Okay. You sit with all 3 of them. You start playing. The halfling is kind of a little shit, but very quickly you pick up he compensates. The harder he tries, the weaker his position. The next man in line, you notice, has a very, very awkward towel. He frequently grabs for the ear. The third one is a little harder to read, but very quickly you notice he has no idea how to read anyone else. So you just kind of count on his lack of confidence and the others' skills to weed him out, and sure enough, it does over the course of like an hour. Round 1, you win. So
How much money do I win? 45
none
gold?
yet. It's at the
Oh,
end.
okay.
So do you want to go in for round 2, which would up it to 30, or do you want to take your 15 gold back and get out of here?
I'll carry on.
Okay. Again, please.
Natural 20.
Okay. So for the next hour, now that you've got hook, line, and sinker into these guys, they are your putty, your clay with which to mold, and you do some excellent molding. You take it actually from 15, not to 30, but to 45. At present, you are sitting on 45 gold, with a chance to up it to 60, or to lose 30.
Yeah, go for it, sure.
Okay, round 3.
17.
Yeah, you're walking away from here with 60 gold. And
Sweet.
some swearing, angry sailors who are now going to have to do additional labor because there went like a month's wages.
I'm gonna just stand up and give him a slight bow.
Thank you for your time and your money. Have a good day.
And I'll just walk off.
For the record, that would have taken most of the afternoon just playing for all that money. Because
Yep.
they were betting in silver. So
Silver,
60
what
gold
peasants.
would be about 600 silver that you just took from these guys.
Oh, God.
600
So much
silver.
silver.
Nice.
Yeah.
How much does 600 silver weigh, just out of interest?
12 pounds.
Nice.
It's 1 pound per 50 coins.
I have so much silver on me. Oh my God, I need to go
You
and
can,
visit a
in
money
this
man.
case, you could probably exchange that for gold somewhere.
If you want, I can melt it down and make a silver weapon.
It's
might
like
be
just start
useful at some
making
point.
ingots for us.
Yeah.
Chop a piece off, like in what was it, that night movie?
Oh, Knight's Tale. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah. I think Therithiel, for his part, is going to spend the first day up in the crow's nest,
Sounds
taking
like him.
advantage of elevation and being able to see everything and see out into the jungle. He may or may not be hoping for a glimpse of one of those big lizards. Junko, what are you spending your day doing?
I'm gonna learn how to sail.
Okay, so trying to pick up like some proficiency. What I'm gonna have you do is make 3 persuasion checks.
Oh. So exhaustion
roll as good
stage
as me.
1, I
That will apply. That's disadvantage on all 3 of them.
Okay.
Why are you exhausted, by the way? I wasn't meaning to
Don't
ask.
worry about it.
Oh, okay. I just wasn't sure if it was something I missed.
You'll find
last
out if
minute.
you need to know.
it was something
Yeah,
you
that's
missed, I think.
Well, the first one's a 3
Okay.
plus 1, so 4.
4. Yep.
Oh, I can still click it when the dice on it. Oh.
And you can get the next one rolling too.
Ooh!
Okay.
17.
17. Okay, that's one success.
It's just lagging, so
I know.
I'm trying.
One success, one failure.
Dude, this is... Oh, 2 failures, I'm sure.
What is it?
5.
5. Yeah, so you try not to get too underfoot, but you definitely, like, this isn't the kind of ship you've ever been on before. I would imagine the last time you were on a sailing vessel, it was an ocean-going ship that was much more spacious, like, that could hold a crew of 60 and,
Then some.
and then some. Yeah, and then, like, 60 passengers, not like this one that's so cramped and, you aren't able to, or well, you don't piss anybody off, like you don't get underfoot per se, but you're just in the way enough that consistently every time someone's like, yeah, sure, let me show you, it's always, get out of here, I gotta get this done, the quartermaster's coming. Or
Yeah.
and very quickly, this is just day one, Gru catches on to you and starts giving you work. Since you want to work so hard, she's happy to give you something to do. And something to do means scrubbing the sails.
Okay.
Which literally
Lori?
involves sitting there with a sponge, a very shitty sponge, and soap and water, and just all day long. And it's every time you're like starting to get somewhere, she comes by and criticizes something, curses, dumps the dirty water on the sail and says, take it over again. Like, you get the impression she has not forgotten a certain glass bottle that was shattered on her head. Day one is kind of a loss for you.
When she does that, I was like, how's your head, by the way? And I mean it genuinely.
Honestly, I think she's probably, she wouldn't rise to the bait. She would be like walking away, laughing at her cruelty, her own bullying. Nova, what do you spend your day doing?
I would probably be at the bow of the ship, the front, right?
Mm-hmm. Up on the aft on the top deck.
Yeah, and I would be like kind of keeping a lookout, but also kind of just observing nature and all that stuff.
Nice.
Gonna get pushed overboard there, Junko.
All right, so you're like Thrithiel, you're kind of keeping just a general lookout and watching. And while your intent might not be to keep watch, mechanically speaking, this would count as keeping watch for travel. Okay. I will come back to you like I will with Thrithiel. We're going to find out after I know what everyone's doing how the day goes as far as travel time. E3.
Okay.
E3, I think, would be looking to see if there's anything he can help repair, like maintenance-wise.
And you are an actual craftsperson, so technically you're not looking to learn a skill, you're looking to work, which is not going to require the persuasion checks.
Good, because I'm exhausted.
You just need to make a ability check with a relevant tool proficiency.
Okay. A relevant, would that be... yeah, how do I do that? Just, is it like a sleight of hand? Or
Well,
is
no,
it like
what tools are you proficient in?
Smith's tools.
Okay.
So anything metal, I'd be
okay, so you're
trying to
working
stop
with
it from rusting and things like that. That would
probably be, in this case, I would think wisdom. It would be a wisdom check with plus proficiency.
Okay,
I will do. Going to be disadvantage because of exhaustion.
I will do. Okay, I will do survival because that's the same.
Okay.
Yee. That's 12.
It's not bad. Yeah, you're able to make yourself useful, and during the day, you do enough work that in any social roles that come up, you will have advantage on the next social roll you make with these pirates. So if you need to make a persuasion check or a bluff or something, you've got some positive vibes going with the crew.
Cool.
Cora.
I would like to learn some stuff about singing.
3 persuasion checks, please.
3?
Mm-hmm. You're like Junko trying to...
All at the same time? Right, can we just roll them?
You
1, 2,
can,
3?
that's fine, yeah.
1, 2, 3. Hopefully they all rolled.
Nope.
Okay, well,
But
the
a
first
natural
one,
20.
Not 20.
As long as one of the other 2 isn't a natural 1, you've already got 2 out of your 3 successes that you need.
Why'd you jinx it, bro? 17.
There's 3 successes.
And 18.
Nice.
Okay, 4 successes out of 3 possible. Okay, yeah. So Cora, maybe it's because Junko is drawing all of Gru's ire that Cora is able to like be sheltered and shielded from her wrath. You may make a wisdom check now, just a straight wisdom check, as the crew actually kind of takes a liking to you.
I'll start singing sea shanties.
They'll
with
teach
them.
you a few sea shanties.
Yes.
They start trying to teach you like a little bit of sailing proficiency.
A wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was almost 16.
8. Okay. It's good that they like you because you're not a natural to the skill. Basically, every job they give you to do as part of teaching you, someone has to go behind you and do again.
But they like me so
but
much
they like
do
you,
it.
so they don't gripe about it. Most of the pirates, by the end of this, they actively are like, just chatting with you. They let you in their area. They're like, if they see you around, they'll be like, "Hey, you want to take a shot at it? You want to try this?"
Oh, yeah.
It's very clear by the end of day 1, this is not for you. But
Day 2, I'll try again.
well, we'll see about that. So, what I'm gonna need now is one of you, a representative, to roll a single d20. And then I need Nova and Therithiel's perception checks.
Can I do it? May I do it?
Sure. Yeah.
Perception.
We'll fuck it up.
I want to do day 2.
So that is 6.
Oh
hope
god,
that's
here comes the
good.
T-Rex, guys.
He just bites the boat in half.
Well, yeah, but here comes a T-Rex. But if that was a perception check, she didn't notice.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't notice the T-Rex. Don't even worry about it.
Dude, it's like the opposite. If they hold still, we can't see them. If we hold still, they can't see us. It's like both ways.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, you guys do not make great time on day 1. First of all, about midday, the ship kind of bumps into something and starts to slow in the river. And Nova, you said you were at the aft castle?
Yeah.
You can't really see what's going on at first until the ship has started to move through some of whatever is slowing it down. And you can see that there are hundreds, thousands of little red-bellied fish swimming downriver against the ship. And some of them are like jumping out of the water, and they just keep going, like streams of these little fish. And as you're like, if you want, you can make a nature check to see if you know what these are. Therithiel got 8, so he didn't roll much better than you.
Red-bellied? I know piranhas are red-bellied.
Yeah, they are.
I rolled
How
a
many,
7.
Some of them.
7. You're not really sure what they are. They're some kind of fish, jungle fish, and like you're looking at them, and many of them are jumping pretty high.
They got
And
teeth?
you hear a voice behind you say, "I wouldn't reach me hand down too far, girl. If you want to keep it. Quippers.
Yeah, well.
Deadly little fish. They'll strip the skin from your bones in seconds." And
Nice.
looking at them, you see up ahead there's like a branch with probably a spider monkey on it that just falls, like the branch breaks, and you hear a splash in the river.
Ripperoonie.
You hear like one shrill shriek, but by the time like the boat is past and like where you're at on the aft castle, there's not even blood in the water. you can just see a couple of white bones floating in the river as the ship sails past. And you can just hear the captain chuckling quietly to himself as he stumps away from you.
Oh my god.
Can you now wild shape into a piranha?
Quippers. But
A quipper. Just don't do
No,
it
I have
on
to study them.
like flop around on the
luck.
ship.
Good luck studying one of these. Just so you guys know, it's not a problem, but if you guys were in the water, this would be a random encounter with 2 swarms of them.
Oh no.
And it goes for about an hour before these fish finally relent. At which point, that's when they're going to put E3 to use, as well as some of the ship's carpenters, because some of the fish inevitably end up chewing on the bottom of the ship. And you guys have lost some time.
This seems like an overbreeding problem. Where's the Department of Agriculture Environment?
I
There
don't
you
think
go.
there is
It's like,
one.
Call them.
Funny, Nova would actually know that there are druids, the circle of the land, traditionally, or the circle of the shepherd, tend to things like this. And
Yeah.
they were long ago driven out of Saragarda for their faith.
Thanks, Archaeo.
It wasn't him! It wasn't Papa!
Specifically, that's the circle of the shepherd was driven out.
My dad's an innocent man.
It wasn't him!
While they're still there, do we want to catch some? Or we just...
No, I don't want anything to
Okay.
do with it.
Why would you
Alright.
want to catch some?
So you
Well-
can study one.
You could study it, we could eat it, I don't know.
Want to eat it?
You try to eat me, I eat you, bitch.
Wait. I'm gonna ask one of the pirates, can we eat these? You know. They don't look like they have a
No.
whole lot of meat.
No, it's more trouble than it's worth. They'll eat through a line. Only way you're gonna catch them is with a bucket. I'm not putting my hand down there. You?
You know, maybe if it was a little less of them. It might feel a little bold.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And they'll go back to you're and all this again while you're just scrubbing mundanely at this sail. Okay, so day 1, not terrible, but you guys end up making about 30 miles. You're about halfway. If you get
Not bad.
fair weather on day 2, you could potentially disembark in the morning. If you do not have fair weather, it'll end up being 3 days. Day 2, Dracon, what would you like to do today?
Today I'll probably just relax. I wouldn't mind if there's like a crow's nest or like where Nova was sitting, read a book and just keep an eye on the surroundings at the same time, you know, just a nice relaxing cruise down the river.
Sure. Okay. Taking it kind of easy. And by the way, E3 and Junko, your fatigue is gone. Okay. You, there's not really any roles associated with that. You have a decent time of it. You're able to get some studies done, get some reading done. Potential, unless it's
Switching.
raining, the weather is pleasant. It occurs to me I didn't check random weather yet. We'll see how that is once I got all you guys' actions, but just keep that in mind. Therithiel, once again, is also going to be in the crow's nest. Once again, keeping watch and staying the hell away from these pirates and literally the furthest point on the ship from Gru. Junko, what do you want to do today?
Today? Ooh. Today, I think I'm gonna I'm gonna follow Cora around today.
Okay. We'll see what that's going to entail when we get to
I'm just gonna like join in on her charisma and then people liking her and hoping it gets to me too.
Oh, I get advantage on my checks? Is that what you're saying?
No.
What the hell?
Nova, what are you doing
What
today?
the heck?
I'm gonna do the same thing I did yesterday.
Okay. Okay, perfect. E3?
Yeah, I think if it went well yesterday, if it ain't broken all that,
Okay. Sure.
we'll keep
sure.
working.
And Cora?
I'm gonna try to learn again.
Okay. You've already
And
made
if I
your
can't-
persuasion checks. However, This time what I'm going to need Junko to do is a little strange, but you should enjoy this one. I'm going to need you to make a stealth check, since it's not so much like height, but what you're trying to do is blend in and stay out of Gru's sight, by and large.
23.
Okay. I was gonna say replace your dexterity with charisma for this, since it's like socially trying to blend in, but it's not gonna matter. You rolled high enough that that's gonna succeed anyway.
Okay.
Which is good for you. You do not catch the first mate's eye. Cora and Junko, each of you may attempt a wisdom check.
Yes.
And it'll be with a +1 bonus for Cora because this is your second day doing it.
21 with the +1.
21?
18.
So neither of you succeed in learning proficiency, but you've both made good progress. So how this is, it's a DC 25 check, but each day you spend working on it gives you a +1 bonus to the roll. Both of you have done well enough, though, that you don't get under feet. The crew kind of tolerates you, and by and large, whatever you did yesterday, or I'm sorry, 2 days ago, Junko, seems to have taken. The crew is actively, like, they prefer you to the first mate.
Mm-hmm.
Who...
It's not hard.
That's true, because she kind of walks around just taking people's things, grabs one sailor's apple that he was eating, takes a bite of it, and then throws it in the river. I mean, she's a total piece of shit, and everyone hates her and fears her, which makes them very viable for making allies of. You get the vibe they are fond of both of you two, and sticking by Cora, like, it's very obvious to you Cora is not from this kind of life and not well suited to it, but she's trying so hard that on sheer force of effort, it's sort of working itself out. Mm-hmm. And she's starting to charm the crew. Okay. Whoever's making the roll for today, I need our D20 roll.
Me, please.
And I'm also
I like how we raise our hand.
I'm also gonna have Saraha roll a D20. This is gonna be for the weather.
13.
13? Okay.
A 16.
Nice.
Okay. So, hot, sunny, no clouds, no rain, no wind.
That sounds terrible.
It is blazing jungle heat and humid as hell. You pass a few, like, there's a few merchant ships on the river going the other way that you pass. The only strange sight, Nova, you'd be able to see this, and obviously Thorithia would. You guys pass a trio of little, not quite canoes, they're a little bigger than canoes, but not much. Little, almost like walled rafts sailing, or just flowing down the river, each of them bearing 2 bugbears on them, with one having a 3rd bugbear. And you can see, like, as they're approaching you guys, all of them have arrows knocked in the bow and are just kind of watching very warily. And now it's time for the captain to make a call on what we're going to do with these. He lets them he lets them pass. They're not worth the effort. It would cost more to replace the ammunition for shooting them than it would to loot them, or than you'd get from looting them.
My ammunition's free. I don't.
Well, if you want to blow them out of the water, you're welcome to.
Nah, it's fine.
All right.
He wants to
If
kill.
I need to.
By the time the sun is setting, all of you guys have been sweating buckets. It's been nasty, humid. Like, we're talking, I don't know what the Celsius would be. In Fahrenheit, it would be like 110 and humid.
Ugh.
And there'd be clouds
That's like
of
close to
gnats
40,
and mosquitoes, and just not a great day. But good for sailing.
Ooh, 43.
It's nightfall when the ship when the captain says, "Throw anchor!" And the anchor is lowered. "Bring me the guests!" And Gru personally gathers each of you in whatever she can get away, whatever nastiness she can get away with. Especially Junko, she seems to go out of her way to be gruff and physical with.
Just how she likes it.
Whereas with Nova, she's more threatening and tries to be menacing. Fortunately, actually, Nova, you're already pretty much where the captain is, so she doesn't have to go for you. She does make a point of giving you a really threatening stare, though, before heading down the steps.
So she's rough with me. At some point, I'll probably be like, how do you know I like it like this?
She, at that point, would make a point of being like, "Oh, you like that, huh?" And she's going to literally just cold cock you.
Oh my god.
Nova Cree taught me this.
Does 17 hit your AC?
Yes.
That'll be 2 points of damage. I mean, you're gonna heal it on your next extended rest, but whatever.
Yeah.
She punches you square in the jaw enough to like knock you almost on your ass. You can catch yourself, but
Are we
there'd be, like,
around
blood.
for that?
You would be, Cora. It was so you'd have seen the entire altercation. Her kind of shoving Junko's comment followed by that, and she kind of guffaws a little bit.
Is she
Come
grappling
on.
her?
No,
Okay.
Captain wants you.
I'm gonna go
Nice.
over to her. You okay?
Yeah. I've had worse. I was really light. As we walk.
Yeah, she's out of earshot at this point.
Yeah.
Definitely,
that was
like,
just making
you'd definitely
sure.
be like wiping a little bit of blood off the jaw, though. That'll be sore if you try to eat, but whatever.
Or we'll pat you and heal you your hit points you lost.
And there was no altercation today, so E3, you don't have to worry about too much in the way of repairs, fortunately. But, you're all brought to the aft castle, where the captain is. Gru kind of folds her arms over her chest, while the navigator stands near a compass, just kind of... Captain fixes him in his one-eyed stare. Take a walk. Man. Captain
But we,
heads down the steps.
we've only just
Okay,
got
thanks, bye.
Well, this be our destination.
Are we there already?
Aye. We made good time. It'll be a short walk through the Ashen Wood, and you'll reach Oakhurst. But a few miles. Fortunately, it's a good thing you paid up front, eh? Off you go.
Where are you guys? Are you going back or?
That's our business.
Well,
And like it's the night now, and all you see is just like jungle. No path to Oakhurst.
when do you think you'll be back to Knot?
When the waters take us there.
Okay.
Our business is concluded.
See you, Captain.
Just made some friends with your crew. Okay.
If and you
thank-
want to hire us again, we'll be back in Noct soon enough. Mayhaps the opportunity will arise.
Thank you very much for bringing us this far. We appreciate it.
I appreciate good gold. Now, off you go.
Okay.
I will get off. I'll
I'm
leave.
gonna.
There's no plank.
Oh man.
It would you'll have to like you could climb down, It looks like maybe 15 feet to shore.
I'm gonna go to the crew and say bye to each of them.
To each of them. Yeah, many of them like are going to like give you a little hug. A few of them are gonna pat.
Is there like a little dinghy that we could row to shore?
That wasn't part of our bargain.
Oh, I see the problem now.
I'm gonna
just
look
gonna-
at the crew I'm hugging. Do you have any ideas for how we can get to safety to the shore?
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh no! Oh yeah, with advantage. Yeah, we'll throw you. Okay. Advantage. Roll.
And obviously, Gru seems quite tickled by the entire affair. She's barely containing her laughter this entire time.
I got 22.
Yeah, one of the pirates kind of glances and makes sure that the captain's distracted, probably by E3 asking for a dinghy. He'll walk over to the mast and untie a rope. Here. Swing.
Oh, okay.
Give it a good throw back when you're done.
Okay.
You can.
I'll look at everybody else.
So,
And then I'll...
and, yeah, you swing out. Make just an acrobatics check for me. As
Oh,
you
I
kinda
got
swing
this.
out, and it's
Probably.
more than long enough for you to swing and like let go the
Uh-oh.
15 feet, and the rope will swing back. 8. That's
Oh,
it.
8.
You still make it. You still make it.
Oh, okay.
You do get your ankles a little bit wet, but you're in the tall grass and reeds along the side of the river.
And
Who
I'll
wants to go
throw
next?
it back.
Me!
All right, acrobatics.
I was born for this.
You
But
land
does it
face
require
first
to
in the
just
water.
jump in and swim to shore?
No
There's-
check.
I don't
Yeah,
want to
I'm-
swim.
I'm just gonna do that.
Ah!
13.
13. Okay, you easily make the swing.
This is more
Nova,
fun.
you go into the water. Let me just do
Great.
one quick little check.
Oh God!
Yo, I got one hand. I can't grab a rope.
Yes, you
That's
You
can.
can? You
I
just
mean, you could
tie
like
it
tie
around.
it around. But
Not
then-
with my strength and my dex bonus, I can't. I assure you.
Turn into
No,
a
I'm swimming.
monkey.
It's just water. I mean, it's actually refreshingly cool, and somewhat fast flowing. A little faster flowing than maybe you'd expected. You have to do a little bit of swimming, but you make it to shore like 10 feet downstream from Korra and Junko.
Okay.
Cool.
Gru is a little disappointed that there were no quippers at present.
I will also make an acrobatics check.
Okay, taking the rope.
17.
17? No problem. Easy peasy.
I'll do a backflip as I land.
I think Therithiel
fuck?
is also going to take the...
Why is he so young now?
He's so young
That
and
bar
strong.
fight really
I told you,
gave him
I'm
some
dexterous as heck,
youthfulness.
guys.
I wouldn't leave the boat before Thrithiel did, just in case.
Okay. Yeah, Therithiel is going to start for the rope, at which point Gru is going to kind of step forward and snatch the rope. This isn't for swinging. This is a ship, not a playground. She's going to walk back to the mast and tie it real tight
No!
back in place. Therithiel looks very restrained. But Nova made it fine, so he's going to wordlessly
An
climb
alligator
down,
comes and just munches on him.
hop into the water, and swim. And again, it looks like he's totally fine. Nothing assails Therithiel. That just leaves you, E3. Unfortunately, without a rope.
So, the mast, how is that wider than the ship?
What do you mean? Oh, you mean the
There's a
arms on
sail,
it?
the mast. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
It would
'Cause
not. No,
if-
it wouldn't be wider than the ship because it's meant for like those river winds. But it's almost as wide as the ship.
Sod it. Ithri's just gonna run and jump.
That's fair. All right, let me just do one quick check. It's probably fine. Yeah, it's totally fine. Yeah. You jump in, splash a little bit. It's deep, and your armor is somewhat heavy, but you are able to make your way to shore, no problem.
Nice.
Though it wouldn't be lost on you that there are a few logs in the river that are just slowly making their way down. Logs with slitted yellow eyes.
Would
Nice.
Ithri know what one of those is? He's only ever lived up in the cold mountains.
You can make a nature check on that. That's a good point.
That's a 13.
13. Given your background, I would say no. So as far as you're concerned, like you just saw a log open a big yellow eye and look at you and then keep flowing down the river.
Am I the last one out of the water?
Yes.
I'd probably be like, hey guys, that log has eyes.
E3, that's not a log.
Yeah, I guess the eyes sort of, I just don't know what it is.
Probably a crocodile?
And like looking
Or an alligator.
Actually, no,
I don't know what
you
the
don't have
difference
dark
is.
vision, do you?
I do
It'd
not.
probably be an
Okay, so
alligator.
yeah, it's dark, but I would say you probably have a pretty good idea of what he's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a good thing?
Well, I mean, they're pretty sneaky, and they can come up on you.
We should probably
quick.
move away from the shore.
Oh, okay.
But they'll leave you be if they're not hungry, I think. This is going off real life knowledge. I have no clue.
Should
Fortunately,
I?
normal animals follow real world animals. It's the
That's what I
giant ones
figured.
and the dire ones that you want to watch out for.
Yeah. Hopefully it wasn't a giant crocodile.
Should I light my orbs as we walk through?
I think so.
We need to see where we're going.
And I will do
So
that.
you
I
don't
will,
need the warmth of a torch.
I will cast dancing
Man.
lights.
Okay.
Can we make like a survival check to figure out where we're going?
Yes,
or-
we're going to cover that in just a second. So, you guys know that you need to go northwest. You know it's going to be about a 3-mile hike through jungle. What you can see is massive trees all about you, grass that grows almost up to even the tallest of you's chins. E3, you could be easily buried in it. This is machete terrain for sure. Large, colorful flowers in reds, yellows, blues, violets. Insects that you can hear but not quite see, and dark shadows for those of you without dark vision. Many creepers just hanging down from the trees, vines and clinging foliage that wraps about the trunks of these different trees, leaves everywhere. Somewhere in the distance you can hear some kind of large cat growling. Nova and Therithiel are both of jungle origins and would know it is not advisable to be in the jungle at night.
No.
Which is what we're doing.
Which is what you're doing.
Yep. I mean, we can stop. and
Do
just
we
hope
wanna
nothing
find
comes
it-
up to us? But
Do we want to find a clearing? And what time is it? Is it like
no
sunset
clearing.
or is it like midnight?
It's about halfway between the two.
Okay. I don't. How long will it take to get? I suppose we don't know.
Should we make
1
camp up
miles.
in a tree?
I mean, cats
I've
can
not-
climb trees.
Historically,
but
I've not done very well getting up
The
trees.
big reptile things can't climb, right?
I
We can go up and hide.
think that they can.
I hide.
I honestly think,
think
it
we
might
should
be
just
best if we
Keep
continue.
walking. Yeah, I think we should
Yes.
just go.
Okay.
Keep an eye out. Just be really watchful.
If we are close, it shouldn't take much longer than a couple of hours, maybe.
Is noise a good thing or a bad thing?
Probably
Bad.
stay quieter.
Okay.
Can I cast Pass Without a Trace on us?
Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, if we're gonna
Nice.
be sneaky, I can do that. So
So, also, Nova, I'm gonna have you make a survival check with advantage because Therithiel's aiding you on this. But knowing
Okay.
it's 3 miles, I want to see if you know about how long it would take you to get to Oakhurst.
advantage. That is 19 plus 4, 23.
Okay, so you know to move 3 miles through trackless jungle, you're looking at about half a day's walk.
Okay.
If you guys really push it, you could probably make it in 5 hours.
But I presume you're sharing that with the group. What if we found the road, the path, the way we were going to
Take her on the
Would
path.
that be easier? Well, would it be
Probably.
quicker?
I don't know. Would it be?
No.
I think finding the path would probably take as long as just getting to Oakhurst.
Can you see where
Okay.
where the arrow is on the map?
Yeah, the path and Oakhurst
I
are.
feel like Captain Tull has done this intentionally.
Oh, absolutely.
He's having a good laugh right now.
Yeah.
So we can either rest or just push on for 5 hours and be exhausted when we get there.
I think if we go for the 5-hour option, we won't be able to be sneaky. We'll be moving too slow.
Also, what's Oakhurst like? Are we likely to find friends there?
Imagine so. I haven't heard anything bad about it. I don't think we've heard anything bad about it.
No, I haven't. Maybe we should rest then. I mean,
Is travel quicker during the day?
No.
I mean,
No.
not necessarily. You're just going to be able to see a little bit better.
Less predators.
True.
During the day?
Yeah, but
Okay.
if we're making camp anyway, can't they just come find us anyway?
Yep.
yes.
So might as well
Let's
get
get
where we're
moving.
going as quick as we can,
Yep.
right?
Lead the way.
So you guys have a choice. You have 3 speeds you can travel at: fast, normal, or slow. In order to be stealthy, you must travel at a slow speed, which would take you about a day to make it. Normal would take you about 12 hours, and if you go fast, you could make it in 5 to 6 hours.
If we go fast,
If
we
we're
run
going-
the risk of things finding us quick.
If we go fast, can we still be
If-
doing perception?
You
and
cannot.
looking
If you
out?
go fast, the only thing you are doing is moving.
Okay.
But normal we can perceive, we're just not stealthy.
You're just not
Okay.
stealthy. Yep. And
Should we
that's
do? Should
probably
we do that
morning you
one?
could make it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm getting really good at this being exhausted thing.
Yeah. Normal speed.
I will say, because you guys weren't really doing much on the ship, I
need to do-
You won't be exhausted until the end of your voyage. So during this trip, I would say you're not going to be exhausted unless you force march. Okay. Also, you've got a mule who can't move through this terrain very easily.
Oh, how did we get him off the boat? They just chuck him off?
Fucked him. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I had him like this.
Yeah, I didn't think of it until too late, or I would have made a
The
scene
poor
out of it.
mule. Why did
no.
we bring him with us?
We'll probably have to leave him.
He's got most of Junko's armory on him. He's her
We can't-
Punisher van. I mean,
I mean,
We
did
can't-
we hold on? Can we? Did we really want to bring him, knowing we were going into the jungle?
I didn't think we'd be walking through
We
the jungle that far. We
didn't
thought we
know.
were gonna be like getting
On a
off the river
path.
near the path because the path follows the river pretty closely for most of it. So
Okay. Well,
that's
it's
kind of
your-
on us for not knowing.
well,
Well,
and
it's sort of
also
on
the
Captain
pirates
Tull.
for being dickheads about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were absolute dickheads.
I'm well up for setting fire to one of their boats when we get back. But
Me too, honestly.
Sounds like a great time.
So yeah, we kind of have to figure out if we just want to leave the mule or try to.
We're bringing Sakari. Oh,
He would get eaten.
are you
if
still
we
doing?
leave
Are
him.
you still doing Lori?
Yeah, Lori.
it kind
missed
of got
Junko.
stuck.
Okay, good.
noticed.
I prefer Junko.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say the same.
Appreciate it.
So
is a
we
fun
can't
sound
leave the donkey, the mule here.
No. So, if we attempt to take him with us, what effect would that have on our journey?
Minimal. I
Okay.
don't think the mule moves any slower than E3 does.
Hey, you got your new swishy thing, Nova.
Oh
There's a
my!
map for
My Caprian sickle.
the sickle, yeah. I remember
Maybe
how
we
it
can
had
trade
a special
away.
name. Yes, put it to use.
I
I'm happy
suppose
to
I
do
could.
it. I'm happy to, but it was yours.
No,
anyway.
I figure being most familiar with jungle, other than Thrithiel, I can lead the way.
Assume Thrithiel is going to be using all of his travel actions to give advantage to whoever is focusing on survival. So
Okay.
whoever's leading the way is going to need to make a survival check. That will be their action, is keeping you guys going in the right direction. Other than that, you guys have your choice. You can keep watch. You can look for shiny or interesting things. You can scout ahead. Though actually, no, because there's a danger of losing the party, you probably don't want to be scouting ahead. Or you can maintain a vigil. Stay vigilant, which basically means if there is a random encounter, there is no chance that you'll always be able to act in the surprise round.
I'll be awake.
I mean, you're going to be walking, so you'll be awake anyway.
Don't
I mean-
sleepwalk.
I mean, as long as I'm awake, I get to be in the surprise round.
Okay.
Or not
Oh, right, okay.
surprised.
Well, then you do perception things. Or what lookout things. I guess
Okay.
E3 would be on guard in terms
Yeah, I'll
of
keep vigil as well then.
Okay.
vigil.
Yeah, Cora will be keeping watch.
Okay, so, and Nova and Therithiel are handling navigation. Okay,
Sounds good.
sounds good to me. So let's start with some good-natured navigation. You get a survival check with advantage.
Yay!
And because this is your home terrain, it's a lower DC for you.
Yay! Oh, that's good, because one of them was a natural one. Okay. 14,
Nice.
18.
Okay. All right. And watch keepers. You're just keeping watch. You're not doing the looking for something interesting.
No, as much as I want to.
Okay. Well,
You could.
I mean, there's already a couple of us doing
Yeah.
vigil if you want to do that.
I got a 5.
It's up to you.
Watch.
Would that be perception or would that be investigation?
that would be investigation.
Okay, I'm looking for shiny things.
Oh, yeah.
15 for watch.
23.
Nice.
Oh my
And
God.
E3, you're maintaining like a defensive, like you're armed up and everything. Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't have to roll.
Cool.
So, Nova and Therithiel start cutting a path. I think didn't he have a machete too? Wasn't he using that in Emerald Meadow? Or was that someone else?
No idea.
That might have been. Actually, I think that was Junko. Never mind. Therithiel is going to probably be the arms for you. He'll do the cutting so you can focus on keeping
Wow. The arms. Lol.
track of where the hell you guys are. Oh, what are you guys doing about light source since you're traveling at night?
He has dancing lights.
Yeah, I have dancing lights
Got
up.
it. Okay. I missed that. So yeah, you've got little glowing fairy-like
Orbs.
lights hovering through the jungle with you. There's a couple of times where you're walking and a light sort of moves around a tree and you can just see like some glittering eyes in the darkness looking, and you hear a low growl, and then the orb will just kind of float away and go a different route. You hear a lot of sounds, a lot of very frightening sounds, a lot of warbles and growls and the occasional roar of something not very far away. A few death cries of things getting eaten. It's very comfortable, you can imagine. But you keep moving. At one point, E3 isn't even aware, like you guys move through this vine shrouded area, and someone has to pick a snake off of E3 and throw it into the trees. Just a regular sized snake. It's mostly red with some black stripes on it. I would imagine
Ooh, what
Nova
was that?
probably knows what that was, but probably best not to panic everybody by telling them what that was.
No worries. Just a garden snake.
It's a large green snake, not the viper again.
It's got a big. Hey, give it to Cora. She's the queen of snakes. Princess.
Actually,
Yeah,
I wanted
Cora.
to tell you guys, I don't know if I'm like a snake princess or not. Should we talk about that right now?
Well, if you can talk really quietly, yes.
Oh, I don't know if I could do that.
I
Maybe
think
not.
it-
I don't really want to get killed when I'm
I
finding out that you're
assumed-
not a snake princess.
Yes, I assumed you wasn't a snake princess, Miss Cora. I think that was what's
Yeah,
the
it
word?
turns out I think I'm just a
Obvious.
regular princess.
Okay, that's
Come
still
again?
pretty cool though. Not as cool as the Snake Princess, I admit, but the
Well,
princess is pretty cool.
Elia said Archael's like my dad or something.
I had a feeling that might be the case also, yes.
Yeah, and like I'm one of the missing princesses, I guess.
So when you kept yelling at us saying I'm not a princess,
You were lying.
I guess I was a princess, and now I'm
You-
a liar.
you didn't even
I'm a
know?
lying princess.
You didn't know your entire life?
No, they didn't tell me.
You had no.
hey, any of us could be a princess and we wouldn't even know it.
So
They
was
just
you
True.
they just raised me at the monastery.
Well, it was
why what
probably to keep you safe, no? Sounds like Prince Thrommel went missing,
Well,
and that's not
my
good. So.
sister princess went missing. Junko,
Right.
do you know anything about that?
About what?
The princess that went missing?
Oh, Selene?
How do you
Ooh,
know her name?
I'm from Saragarda.
I know. And you said you were in Eminence a while.
Mm-hmm.
You're not my sister, are you?
No. Jesus Christ.
Are you sure? Because I didn't know.
The likelihood of that happening would slim to nothing.
Oh. Well,
It's said that she drowned, but other sources say that she was kidnapped.
how
I'd
old
like
was how old was she when this happened, do you know?
Junko's gonna take a long moment to think this over.
If it helps, you guys would be taking like maybe every hour a 5-minute break just to make sure everyone stays hydrated. This is probably during one of those short breaks when you guys are talking.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I think she was about 5.
How old are you, Miss Junko? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, I was 32 for a moment. I don't know
Oh.
what age I am again.
You mean after the meadow?
Mm.
Oh yeah, did
So
you
you-
stay the same age, or did you go back?
I have a lot less silver hairs now than I did in that night.
So how old do you think she was? 5 or 6, you say?
Mm-hmm.
And you are 23.
22.
How old are you, Miss Cora? You are 18, I think.
I don't think
Oh,
that's.
I'm just going
Awfully
process
close,
of
though.
elimination. It makes perfect sense to me.
when I was 4 is when I was raised at the monastery.
So you're saying that every ASMR are the same. So we should go get Gru and see if she's a lost princess too? It's
Oh, no,
insulting.
I
imagine
wanted to
Therifiel's
talk to
gonna
her.
snort at that.
I meant to
wasn't
talk to
trying.
her.
I
about
highly
her
doubt
rooms.
Gru is a princess of any kind.
Dang it. I got
I
so
wasn't
wrapped
trying
up
to
in
say that, but
pirate stuff.
it's just, convenient is all, just thinking, that's what I do a lot, I think.
You'd have to believe in destiny for something like that to occur.
I definitely don't believe in destiny.
Cora, like, eyes go wide and, like, looks at me.
Why was you in Eminence? When was this, Miss Junko?
When?
Yes.
Over the years,
I've-
I've had jobs there,
Oh, I see, I understand.
and
Okay.
I was born there, in the outskirts of.
Oh, just another thing that is awfully okay.
Dracon, if she knew
Yes.
she was my sister, I think she would tell me.
I think
don't
he's
think that's
implying that
true.
she doesn't.
But
You
sure.
don't think she would tell me if she was my sister?
No, maybe she doesn't know. Or maybe.
Well, then, if she
Does
doesn't
anybody know any form of blood magic that could test your bloods and maybe can
Blood
necromancers do that? Maybe.
I don't think so. Yeah, they can.
Hey Tim, can
Maybe.
you answer an out-of-game question? Did
Yeah.
Arkel have many wives?
No. He had one queen, and supposedly... Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was his father who had a tryst. No, Archael had only one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your mother.
What happened to her? Where's my mother? That wasn't-
You can do a history check on that if you want.
We did a. That was on what's her name,
Like
right?
to know.
The name I can't remember off the top of my head.
The witch lady?
You
No,
say
that was Burial.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the grandfather,
Yeah.
Father.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
Arkale.
Okay. We didn't. Yeah. Who's my
Junko,
mother?
you would know that the queen died in labor with her third child, which would be Thrum.
Oh. 12.
Oh, Thrommel's younger than the other two?
No, he's. Oh wait.
Yeah.
And the other two
Yes.
children?
Yes. he
Thrommel
would
was
be...
the oldest, I thought.
No, you're
That's what I
correct.
thought.
You're right. It wasn't Thrommel. It would be the youngest. So it would be the
Solaris.
third one. You're right. I had it backwards.
That's me
So-
then.
Yes.
That's
yeah,
you, yep.
That's
Yep.
Cora.
Are you vocalizing this information or no?
The queen, your mother, died, Juko's uncomfortable, and she's, like, fidgeting with things, because, like,
I know she passed away. I don't know anything about that.
she died giving birth to you.
Oh no.
No, that's not true.
It's very common.
Cora.
I think we should carry on walking, guys.
Yep,
This
look
is
at
a
the
very
time. The
long
moon
race.
in the sky
It's funny you
is
should
there.
mention that.
Which moon is it?
Oh,
Did my
no.
roll get anything
The
yet,
main
Tim?
one, the
Or-
Guardian.
Yeah, I will get to that.
Oh, just kidding. It's
We're
a
not
new
there yet.
moon.
Who were the Watchers? Junko.
Junko and E3.
No, Junko and Korra.
Cora, sorry. Okay.
Junko, you hear something, by the way. Very soft, but like something moving in the branches above you guys. Holy shit, I did not do that. That's just part of the sound
That
set.
was coincidental,
That
and it
was-
scared me.
Awesome.
That was pretty good.
Would I notice with my passive
I'm
perception?
No, you're too busy.
Okay.
Then I will... God, that's so creepy.
Want to look up?
Yes.
Looking up kind of slowly, you see the light glinting off of two large yellow eyes looking down at you, belonging to the head of a massive cat covered in orange and black stripes. And it suddenly begins to growl, Junko, before it leaps at you. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
So I have this thing where I can't be surprised.
Same.
I'm
I don't
surprised.
really. I'm joking, but
Junko
So-
and E3 get to act in the surprise round.
Okay.
I rolled a
Ooh.
19.
I'm gonna. We're not
20.
using this map, but I think. Oh wait, we don't need. You don't need to have your token selected. That's fine.
theater of the mind. Let's go.
Y'all, I
Well,
just
it's
remembered
for
I left a
initiative.
candle burning in a different room of this house.
What?
I just remembered that I left a candle burning in the other room.
Go and
Get
it.
check you're not on fire. Go.
Yep, I'll be back.
Dracon sets fire to the house.
And Mr. Tiger, what did you get for initiative? By the way, if you guys had fucked up badly enough with the pirates, there was going to be a little piracy, a little good-natured betrayal that would have been very terrible for you guys. Just so you
Call
know.
it mutiny.
No, you're not the captain.
That's what I was gonna cause.
If
What do you mean?
So there were actually 3 scenarios. There was if you befriended the captain, the crew would mutiny him and try to turn on all of you guys. If you did not befriend the captain and you didn't befriend anyone, they were just gonna cut your throats in the night and take your money.
Wow.
And the third option is the one that you have.
Walk in the jungle seems real good idea right now.
Yeah, it
Hey,
definitely
good
sounds like
thing
the easier
I,
option.
Good thing I made friends.
You guys made nice with the crew.
I feel
I
bad.
just want money off them. I'm happy. I don't care about
Unfortunately,
their feelings.
you did not make nice with the captain, which is why you got left for dead in the jungle.
I thought we was okay with him.
I mean, we did beat up his crew.
I was going to speak to him on the third day, but it didn't get to the third day, to be
I
honest.
mean,
so.
it's nothing personal. He's just chaotic evil. I mean,
I feel
So
bad
am I.
because I've been like, "Hey Otis, this guy's gonna leave you alone," and he clearly won't.
can I get you guys to put your initiative in?
I
Oh,
can't
it's not
see
displaying.
any.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's doing that thing again.
Yeah, I did it last week.
I'll put it in
Why don't you just make a physical one?
because I can still see it.
Physical.
Notebook.
That's what I said.
19. It's actually very good. E3 14. You guys rolled
Yeah.
like troopers.
Yeah, I rolled pretty
Cora,
good.
I mean, that's okay.
Drake.
We are pretty
I mean,
high,
it-
all of us. To
To be
honest.
fair, it's the highest I've had in a long time, but
What was Junko's? Did you roll yours? Oh, 15.
Yeah, 15. I rolled really low too.
Okay, so
Yeah, 'cause we have
unfortunately,
really high.
Junko does not act before the tiger. Dracon,
That's okay.
you were joking. You don't get to act in the surprise round, right?
I should be able to,
he was
Why?
shaking.
because I'm cool.
Oh, that's what I thought. Nova, you don't have anything for acting in the surprise round. Therefore, the tiger is going to act first, as it's up in that tree.
He kills us all.
And he kills you all.
Nova better like charm the
Do you know what?
motherfucker.
You know when you mentioned the bird on the boat, I was going to make a comment on not punching it, but we didn't get to that point.
The tiger leaps out of the tree straight for Junko.
Oh, thank God for that.
I'm
It's not
assuming
me.
8 is actually not going to hit you because you're not surprised. It does not get an advantage to hit you.
All right, and I'm gonna
Nice.
roll out of the way.
That's fortunate. So yeah, you kind of catch it and use its momentum and hurl it like right past you, and it hits the ground rolling for a moment and like flips back up.
It's even better. I said I was gonna roll.
I misunderstood.
Nope,
I thought
too
you were
late.
gonna roll
I
in.
flipped
Yeah,
a
yeah.
I
fucking
misunderstood.
tiger.
Okay, well, either way, yeah. Well, mostly it did all the work itself. You just used its momentum against it. It hits the ground, rolling back up, letting out a vicious snarl. That's it for the tiger's turn. So,
Nova, can you charm it?
Junko, it is still a surprise round. You don't even have, like, this is instant reactions. Round 1 is when you'll get to do.
Nova.
Like, everyone else is still in the process of, like, like they're just slack-jawed, surprised. No one saw that tiger creeping up on you guys.
A true predator.
Well, what you doing, Junko?
Okay, well, I am going to not be able to do a sneak attack because, you know, fuck the system.
True.
I am going to try. How close is it to me? Within 5 feet?
It's 10 feet away from you.
Okay,
And-
so I'm going to take out the short bow and I'm gonna sneak.
Okay. Well, remember, you only need an ally adjacent to it to do sneak attack.
Yep. But.
Am I
that-
adjacent to it?
Oh, that was a.
I'm
Does
assuming
13 hit?
at present nobody is adjacent to it yet. 13 is going to hit, though.
Okay, and
So
it's gonna be.
quickly, you grab your bow, knock an arrow, and loose a rapid shot right into its haunch. It takes 6
6
points
damage.
of damage. And it lets out a loud, angry snarl.
And then
E3.
am I by a tree?
Yes, assume that there are trees around you guys. I assume you stopped in like a little clearing under
Yeah.
a large banana tree.
Okay, so
Ooh.
the closest tree that I'm next to, probably the one it jumped out of, I would like to try and hide behind it.
Okay. Make a stealth roll.
You should have done it at first, but you know, panic.
Well, that's
Triple
fair.
advantage.
You just had
That's
a tiger jump on you.
2 plus 5, 7.
7? Okay. Yeah, that
So
sense of
sneaky.
smell, it's already got your scent, unfortunately.
I don't know this, but I'm gonna assume I'm hidden.
E3, you get a turn.
So, Ithri already has his warhammer out, grabs his shield off his back, and is there a tree behind it?
Oh, sure, yeah.
I want to run at it and just charge it into a tree, whacking it and pushing it,
Okay.
and
Trying
just
to
like
hammer and anvil it, kind of.
sort of pin it, but I don't know how mechanically that would work.
Sure. I'll worry about that. That's perfect.
Okay.
That's a perfect description.
Shall I attack?
Please do.
Okay. Give me a 1 moment, please. There we go.
7.
That's a -1, by the way.
You swing the hammer at it, and it catches the hammer in it, like the haft of the hammer in its jaws, and it just snarls and tries to wrench the hammer out of your hands. And like you got a good grip on it. You're for a moment, just the two of you are wrestling with the hammer before you pull free and kind of like stagger back from it for a moment. Is that the end of your turn?
Ithri will say, "Are we trying to be? Are we still trying? Has it roared at us?
Oh yeah.
Or is it doing stealthy?
It's
all right.
It's tiger roar.
In that case, Ithri is going to tiger roar back at it.
Raging?
Yeah. He's going to rage.
Sweet. Let's see what you got. I'm hoping you get one of the new ones. There's one in particular.
I don't mind.
Your hammer begins to sort of wink in and out of existence, taking on sort of a magical force of its own. Your weapon now does force damage, and it is a thrown weapon and a light weapon. It has a range of 20 feet, and anytime you throw it, it reappears in your hand at the end of your turn.
Ooh, this
Nice.
one again.
I have experienced this before. Is it glowing, like emanating light, or is it just like it's got like a magical aura, or is it like
No light this time. It's just sort of translucent almost.
Ooh, okay, cool.
Oh, you know what we should have done? We should have gotten Dracon to get his dancing lights to move around like a laser pointer.
Well, it is Dracon's turn now.
That would have worked.
Dracon doesn't use his lights as a laser pointer, but
Yeah.
he will keep them in the area to light up the area, of course. And am I within striking distance? Will it hit me if I move?
No. The only one adjacent to it at present is E3.
Okay. Do I know... Is there a check I could make to know how fast a tiger can move in a single turn?
Nature.
I will do that.
At present, I think Nova's the only one who really knows anything about tigers.
Natural 1.
Natural
Never
1.
mind.
Yeah, I mean, it looks just like a big cat. You don't really know much beyond that. Like, okay, cat. Treat it like a cat.
Okay, I am
Cats
going
are
to...
fast.
I'm going to line up the lights so they're 20 feet apart in like a line, and I'm going to run to the end
I think
30
they have
feet
to be
away.
within 10 feet of each other.
20, I think it is. Yeah, 20 feet of each other.
Oh, it is 20. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to run 30 feet away, and I am going to hold my focus, and I am going to...
So, well, bad news. You are in trackless jungle, so you'd only be able to get 15 feet away, but you can kind of move into the undergrowth.
Well, even if I was to like run down the path we came up?
Oh, if you want to go back down the path you came, yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
You can do that. Okay.
So, yes, just further away from the cat.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm going to trace symbols in the air. They're going to be blue symbols, and I'm going to cast and hopefully hit with a rate of frost.
Okay.
24 to hit.
That will absolutely hit it. A line of blue
Oh.
emanates from your... What's your focus?
I have an amulet. So I the way I do it is like I hold on to it and I just trace,
Okay.
and then it's just like...
Got it. Sort of creating an arcane sigil in the air, and then from the center of that sigil, a narrow line of blue light strikes it for 3 points of damage, leaving just a little line of frost on its side.
And it
kinda shakes
loses
itself.
10... It loses 10 feet of movement
Right.
on its next round.
That's an important detail. Thank you. Yes.
Yes.
Nova.
Am I within 10 feet?
I just realized, before we go any further, you know what we forgot to do?
Nope.
Move the moons.
Yeah. And it's after midnight, so this would be, you'd move them 3 each.
3 each. Oh boy.
Why 3? What do you mean?
Well,
It's
this is the
been
third-
3.
Right. It's been 3
Yeah.
days since the last time.
Oh yeah, true.
Okay. Awesome. So, unfortunately, you're still in Discord.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
This is life now.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I within 10 feet of the tiger?
Yes, you're exactly. So, everyone who hasn't already taken a turn is exactly 10 feet from it.
I am gonna do the cantrip Poison Spray, which is a Constitution saving throw for the tiger.
Okay. So you just sort of reach out your hand and a little burst of gas blasts into it.
Literally,
Oops.
Nova.
I didn't actually mean
Bad.
to do that. Well, it's on the screen, so I will use that this time. It failed its saving throw.
AC 12, it failed? Oh, wow. Okay. So that's a 1d12 poison damage. It's a 4 damage.
4 points of damage. All right.
Yep.
For a moment, it's just engulfed in this cloud of gas. And then it is going to...
Well, then
leap
for my
out of the
bonus
gas.
action.
Oh, you're not done. Okay.
I'm not done. For my bonus action, I'm going to wild shape into a panther.
Oh,
Shit.
Panther Tiger.
Okay,
Panther.
so there is no moon right now for anyone.
Yep.
Like, there's just a sliver of platinum in the sky, but Nova, you can see her struggling with it, and for a moment, like, her features start to take on a more feline look, and like for a moment she's sort of frozen in this hybrid form and has to like take a deep breath and concentrate, and as she continues to do so, she continues her wild shape and is able to take the form of Panther. Though it would have visibly taken more effort, I think.
And
A little
that,
slower.
that is everything.
Okay, and you have the sheet for that, or do I need to give you Panther?
I have it. I'm
Okay.
good. I got it.
Excellent. Excellent. Then the tiger is actually going to leap right over E3's head. It is going to provoke from E3 and technically also Nova as it barrels down the path toward Dracon, who isn't here.
Cool.
Won't he be tickled?
Mhm. So attack. Let's get more than last time.
Mine is +4 to hit.
Well, I mean, that's more than last time.
It's better, but you still miss, unfortunately. You swing at it, but it just leaped right over your head.
17 +4.
17.
Nice.
And this is a claw?
This is a claw attack,
Okay.
yeah.
So the panther kind of leaps in the way in front of the bounding tiger and kind of catches it, and the two roll into like a cat ball, just clawing and scratching at each other. Go ahead and roll your damage.
It's 1d4 +2, so just add +2. 4.
4 damage? Okay.
Yep.
It is going to change its mind now. Instead of charging down the path at Dracon, it is going to try to bite Nova.
Nice.
That's going to be an 11 to hit.
That does not hit.
Nice.
So yeah, the two of them are just locked in combat, kind of grappling one another. The tiger is definitely the bigger cat here, but that's turning against it as Nova is just sort of clamoring around it, almost monkey-like, staying away from the sharp claws and the jaws. Okay, well that makes it Junko's turn. There are two
Okay.
jungle cats rolling around on the jungle floor in front of you.
If I shoot a short bow, do I have a chance of hitting her?
Only on a natural 1.
Okay, so I'm going to shoot the tiger.
Okay.
I'm assuming 21
21?
hits.
Yep, that will hit. And you're doing sneak attack this time.
Yay! I gotta scroll for my sneak attack.
Okay. So,
Did it go?
not sneak attack, but there's the short bow damage. So 6 plus, and make sure you mention where you were trying to shoot it.
I'm just trying to shoot it, and the shoulder joint.
Okay.
I don't really want to kill it.
You catch it square in the back of the neck as it was like in mid-roll. The arrow sticks in deep, and it lets out a pained roar. There's a lot of blood pouring out of the tiger now. It seems pretty badly hurt by this. Not
Sorry,
dead,
buddy.
but
Sorry, buddy.
it's it's probably realized at this point it's made a terrible mistake. Cora, what would you like to do?
Cora's just gonna run after it and punch it.
Okay, it's currently, I mean, it's
Jesus.
still locked in melee with the panther.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of like pop, like, stop it! Pop, pop!
Punch it in the butt.
Pretty much, wherever I can, like, hit it. So here's the first unarmed strike.
Okay.
It's 10 hit.
10 does not hit.
Here's the next one. That's 24.
That's a natural 20. That'll hit.
Uppercut to the jaw.
Did you want this to be lethal or non-lethal?
No, it's not lethal.
Non-lethal? Okay. It's like trying to untangle itself from the panther, and as it does so, Cora, like, as she runs towards it, falls into a slide so she can get low enough and delivers an uppercut right into the jaw. Its mouth slams shut, the head knocked upward, and it's like kind of bent backwards a little bit, knocked clean off of Nova, and just lays sprawled out on the jungle floor, unconscious. Dracon, all you missed, I don't know if you could hear, it made a running lunge toward you, like leaping over E3 to run after you, and Nova in panther form leapt and caught it in the air, and the two of them were wrestling, and then
Nice.
this happened. So,
Saved by the panther.
absolutely, yeah. It's unconscious, lying still. Your lights continue to float about the little grove.
Oh, I never
I
get
would.
to carry this thing.
Let's just go.
I would be continuously casting this, by the way, because it only lasts a minute. So as soon as they start to flicker out, or whatever it would technically do, I would recast Dancing Lights.
Okay.
Are we leaving that cat there with an arrow in it?
Unconscious. It'll wake up eventually.
Are you
I-
sure it
um,
won't die or be eaten by something else? Should we heal it and send it on its way?
If you wake it up, it's probably going to attack you again.
I
It will die if it sits here.
That is natural. Things die in the jungle all the time.
Well,
I-
I'm gonna go pet the big cat while it's unconscious.
You won't get
And
mauled to death for doing so?
yes,
Okay.
You did non-lethal damage to it. That means it's not going to die, right? If it's laying there.
Unless something kills it, it won't die. It'll probably have a scar, maybe even, it may even heal poorly and will never be entirely the same. But barring another predator finding, it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Shall we continue on our journey, everybody?
I'll grab like some big leaves and like put it over the tiger.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like a nice little blanket.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep leading as in my panther form. I'm not going to drop that for now because I have.
Am I able to retrieve my arrow without killing it?
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that, I would say.
Okay.
Oh, maybe. Maybe. It would be a sleight of hand check. It's up to you if you want to chance it or not.
Cora, could you help me get the arrow?
Huh?
Can you help me? Yeah. So it can try to heal properly.
Okay.
Do I get advantage now?
Yes.
Yes. 2 12s.
Okay.
So 15.
15, you're able to recover the arrow. Though, let's see if the arrow is still any good. The arrow, and you even recover it without destroying it. So yeah, arrow is still good.
Thank you, Cora.
Yeah, no problem.
What's wrong?
I feel guilty.
About?
My mom. And my dad. I'm out here and like just running around and my dad is all alone. And it's my
Akale
fault.
is never alone. Your mother dying isn't your fault. Ash, do we get your finger?
She might have. She had mentioned, because she's house sitting, someone might be coming in. She might have had to step away. So assume at about this point is when, you know, you guys are like, okay, we need to get moving again, and the journey continues. As you continue into the jungle, you still have another several hours, though something becomes very clear probably within an hour of that occurring. And Dracon would be the one who first notices this. The trees are changing. Actually, well, no. I'll tell you, I know what Dracon would notice. I'll get to you in a moment. But the trees begin to change. The growth shifts until there's less and less of it. Just as many trees, but the trees are now dead. The grass gets yellow and then brown, and then it's just dirt. And
is it akin to
even the sounds of wildlife? No, that's more corrupted. This is just dead.
Okay.
Until there's just no life at all. You're just moving through countless mazes of... Oh, no.
So we can take that break.
Great, good time for a break.
Yeah.
As you're surrounded by dead trees, we will take a quick break. We'll be right back, chat. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few minutes. I would encourage you guys to get some water, get some snacks, do some stretches, and we'll see you shortly. And we're back.
For now.
For now.
We don't
Most
need
of
this
us.
extra one, do we? Or do we?
Wait, what?
We have,
yeah.
like, an extra account in here.
Yeah, we don't need the extra
Yeah, I did
account.
it. Oh. No.
Yeah.
Get rid of you.
It's not throwing
Well, it's on
anything
my
off,
phone
though,
now.
because it's on a separate page.
Oh, okay. I got you.
So everything looks good. A-okay. You guys have just come to a part of the jungle where things have changed. The vibrant, lush life that was everywhere is dead here. There's no grass. There's not even like dead grass. It's just dirt. And there's no signs of wildlife anywhere. No birds, no bugs. All of the trees that are growing here are long dead. And even the bark is like pale and withered, and this place is, well, the captain had called it the Ashenwood. And now you can see why. The path is far easier here, since you were counting on moving through jungle, and now there's just no jungle for half the way. It takes you hardly an hour at your current pace to travel the rest of the way. You find that, fortunately, your direction was accurate. Therithiel and Nova were leading you in the right direction. You can see a small village nestled amongst a trio of hills and surrounded on all sides by the Ashenwood, by these dead trees, and you could even see the dirt road that weaves between the hills and back in the direction of the more dense green jungle. The sun has yet to rise, so you can't really see where the jungle is, but you know it's that way, the Gnarlwood.
Tim?
Yes?
Did my investigation check earlier come into play at all?
Yes. So as you've been traveling in this area, you notice, Dracon, signs out here. I'm going to have you actually roll a free history check for me. Now, your crazy high investigation still has some results, regardless of how this goes, but... 8. Okay, you're not really sure what's happened out here, but studying the trees as you pass, you can see that there's different shades of the pale on them. You can see signs of withered, dead life, and even some dead insects here and there. and you find old tracks and even a few dusty bones here and there. All signs leading you to a conclusion, and I will leave it to your discretion if you want to express this or not, but this looks like it may have once been the site of a battle, and you're pretty confident that whoever was fighting on one side, the other side was a very ancient green dragon. All the signs are here of a green dragon of ancient age or older.
Cool.
That it would have had to have been a pretty substantially long time ago in order for this level of destruction to not even make a dent in your history. But
Is there no evidence of an actual body,
no.
bones of a dragon?
No.
Okay.
But you see enough to confirm, and there's also like traces of former illusion magic. Like, green dragons live in haunted, enchanted forests or jungles. They are the most magical. They utilize poison and such. All of this is what happens when that dragon is dead and gone. All of its magic falls away. All of its poison leaches into the ground itself. This is what's left.
So it died.
It's dead. You're pretty confident
Okay.
it's dead. You don't know who killed it or who fought it, but you would surmise probably for miles and miles this ashen wood probably stretches. And you would know that there's no farming to be done here. There's no life that can be grown in this kind of area. Not without magical help, the help of druids.
Yeah.
And funny enough, even as you're having that little thought, as you make your way into Oakhurst, you can see that there is life here. There are some colors back in the ground. There's grass. There's a few oak trees, which are unusual to find in this climate. There's gardens, and the little houses built out here are all built of timber, of wood, and not of dry, desiccated, dead jungle wood, but of healthy, proper wood. The village itself, including some of the outlying homes and, if you could call them, farms, loggers, etc., is about 900. So you'd see there's probably 36 homes that make up the village proper, plus another 24 outlying, with more and more.
That's pretty big then.
It's a village. It's not a hamlet. I mean, it's big
Bigger
enough
than
that
Humblebank.
No, Humblebank would be bigger than that. Humblebank is a farming community, so there's a ton of outlying farms all around it. It's just a central market where people gather. Remember, 900 residents includes children, includes families living together.
It's a lot of people, though.
It is. It's a lot of people. Enough that there's a main road that comes out here.
Yeah.
But there's only a single inn. And as you make your way into this dusty, recently reflourished town, you can see that there is a central village hall. 2 stories, kind of large and squat, wider than it is tall. In the center of town, you can see the main. I'm assuming you guys go to the main road and then come in through the front of the village. You can see that there is immediately a little kind of a classic general store with like a front porch, timber columns holding up the eaves. You can see inside there's very much like the trading outpost in Humblebank, all kinds of shelves selling just everything. It's an all-in-one store. You can see that there is a little stone church near the middle of town. Most of the buildings are homes and little miniature shops that are like producers of like carpentry and furniture, candle holders. There's a lot of specific shops. Next to the village hall, you can see a stout building with a sign that's been painted above the door that just says jail. You can hear the distant. Oh, well, you can't hear. I guess it's the middle of the night, so you probably don't hear a blacksmith, but you can see the blacksmith shop since you know what to look for. There's a distinct furnace. Again, it's very near the center of town. And the sign labeling it as a blacksmith shop is actually written in 2 languages, Common and Dwarvish, as a blacksmith shop.
I can read that. Yay.
Me too.
Otherwise,
I can
you
read Common.
find a single inn right along the old road called the Old Boar Inn, and it's of a comically painted boar holding up a sign that just says Old Boar, if that makes sense. Like, that's the logo of the inn.
I must admit, I wasn't expecting this place to be like this.
And it looks like a 1-story inn. Not huge.
Shall we go in and inquire about a room for the night, perhaps, or 2?
Sure.
After you.
And I'll hold the door.
Well, before you can actually get to the inn, there is a
Stop it.
a woman in leather armor kind of approaches you bearing a lantern. You can see she has some distinctly elven heritage, though not completely, probably half elven, as she approaches all of you, and you can see she's got a crossbow in one hand, the lantern in the other. It's not trained on you, but she kind of looks wary. Halt! Who goes there in the night?
I still have my lights out, by the way.
Good evening. We are just some wary travelers who are seeking a room for the night at the inn.
You don't look like merchants.
We are not, no, we are traveling. I don't even want to say mercenaries, but
Adventurers?
we do work for cold, yes.
More adventurers. Well, it's good to see you. You'll want the Old Boar. I'm sure you've already found it. You need any help?
Yes.
Do we need any help?
May I ask who you are?
Felosio.
And
I'm the constable
Are you-
here.
oh, so we may actually, you may actually be helpful to us, perhaps.
One moment,
Would you
sir.
like to? Oh,
And she gestures, and you can see there's a couple of other guards who were kind of creeping up, and they looked nervous. That you can see they've got like their clubs in hand. They're travelers. And they kind of lower weapons, and you can hear sighs of relief.
excuse me, but do you seem to be having trouble around here recently?
No trouble. You, forgive me for saying, you all look like hell. If you'd like, we can talk on the morrow, after you've had a chance
Thanks.
to...
That is
Rest.
probably
Actually,
for
so-
the best. That is probably for the best, yes, it's... You've been walking through the jungle for the most of the night.
Very well. Garin is a good man. He might be asleep. If he's not at the front desk, just ring the bell really loud a few times.
At least someone has an alarm system.
An alarm?
I hear Boomy.
There'd be...
God
I was
dog.
making
Probably
a
dogs
joke.
coming from distant outlying farms and such here. The only animal in the actual village proper that you'd see is a cat sitting on the roof of the jail, just kind of staring down at you guys. A little gray cat.
Is it natural?
Make a nature check.
Nova, do
Can
you see
I-
this?
Try to mind link and just say hello to the cat.
Sure.
I do that.
You know how, like, when you're sometimes talking to a cat and you really can't tell if it can hear you or not? Like, you know it hears you, but it's just ignoring you so completely that you're not sure if it, That's sort of what the cat
Is it
does.
doing that?
Yeah, that's exactly what the cat's doing. Dracon, you get the sense that's probably just somebody's house cat.
I was gonna say the mind link only works if the person can speak a language.
Ah, okay. In that case,
So
no real reply. Or they're just very good at imitating a cat, ignoring you.
I don't.
They're
I
used to
think.
doing it all day.
I think that cat might be just a normal cat and not a mind-controlled one. I don't think
Oh,
we have
that's
anything
good.
to worry about.
Actually, speaking of cats, maybe I'd better go with you so old Garen doesn't freak out. Come on.
Sure. Oh, yes.
Is-
Okay.
Is old Garen a cat?
No, you've got a... She gestures at the panther.
Oh.
Oh, right.
Oh, yes.
I'll just drop my form. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're one of them. You're of the old faith. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize.
Totally fine. I kind of forgot I was in this form. I'll be honest.
So did I.
Does that happen often?
I don't
More
know.
than you'd
Sometimes you just
expect.
get used to seeing the world from that view, and you forget that you're not you.
I see.
That's troubling.
It's
Wait.
not- that sounds a lot worse than it really is.
Are
I
you-
just,
It really does.
I
Are
just
you not
forgot.
you when...
No, I'm me. I just forgot that like panthers can't just walk into inns, you know? Because I'm just like where I
Miss-
grew up,
Miss.
you could
Miss-
do that.
Miss
It's not an
Nova,
inn, so
If you
Anyway.
ever get to the point where you feel like you may be losing yourself,
not
please tell us. Thank you.
good. I'm good. I just mean that.
Well, seeing as you've got everything under control, then I will leave you to continue my patrol. Good night.
Good night.
Sorry for spooking you.
We will speak in the morning.
Perfectly fine.
Probably.
So she leaves you, and you can see a couple of the other town or village watch continuing to eye you, and particularly looking at Nova. They don't look like angry or anything. They're just kind of like staring curiously, and you get the impression they don't see your type too often out here.
Interesting.
Oh.
I thought that was druids here.
Yeah.
Maybe
We've
not
been
ones
lied
that
to.
wild shape. Maybe not ones that wild shape.
Maybe. Different clan.
As you enter into the inn, you can see it's very cozy. The fireplace in the common room has burned down low. Like, it's still giving some embers. There's a little bit of light coming from it. There is no sign of anyone at a front desk, but there is a little bell at said desk. And you can see that there is a hall that goes back into the rest of where the rooms are in the inn. It's all dark.
I will ring the bell very loudly.
Ding.
You can hear some snoring coming from a room just behind the desk, and kind of...
Hello. Hello.
Hello? One moment. Coming. Just a moment. A few moments later, you see an older human man come out in kind of nightdress. He's got a nightcap on. He's got a little candle lit. Sorry, it's late. Wasn't expecting visitors at this late hour.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just.
And I'm going to turn off my dancing lights.
They just kind of wink out one by one.
We was looking for a room for the night, maybe two, if
Yeah.
or three.
Two rooms that can be provided. It'll be one
Yes.
gold a room a night, if you can afford it.
I will
Yeah.
If
give you.
not, there's the
two-
common room.
I will give you 2 gold each room for waking you up so late, sir.
Bless you, sir.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this room keys.
Do you mind if I give you it in silver?
Not at all. We take silver. Take
Here's
copper,
600 silver.
We can take platinum, whatever you've got.
I have a lot of Wait, no, I don't. Never mind that.
Your business is yours. It'll be room 3 and 4 down the hall.
Thank you.
They're
Thank you.
labeled.
Thank you very much, sir.
Also,
Breakfast is
going
at
into
dawn.
town,
Yes, thank you.
going into town, I would have made sure Cora's hair is covered with the shawl.
Crap,
I
can
can,
you remove the missing one? It is now in the way.
I can old lady it up before I go into town with my disguise.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You can be in your disguise. You'd have had plenty of opportunity and time to put it on.
Yeah.
You guys have no problem making your way back to the the rooms that he had mentioned. You find they're cozy, cleaner than anything you found in Noct, that's for dang sure. The mattresses are of straw, but straw that's been put into like a cloth, like a blanket, so that it's a little more comfortable. The pillows are actually down. Each
Aura
room
is
has
going to fall on one and lay on it.
a complimentary lantern. You can see. There's a bucket, some soap.
A complimentary bucket? Oh,
did
that's
we
for
want-
something else.
Did we want to speak of anything tonight before we rest, or
Junko, were you trying to say something to me earlier before something weird happened and we were interrupted?
Oh, yeah, you know, the wind blew and we just felt something come.
Yeah.
We can talk later. It's okay.
You sure? Well, during that time, I thought of some stuff, and I have some questions for you.
Oh, God, no.
I sit down on the bed.
We're just all in one room. We got two
Yeah.
rooms and we're all just like packed in one.
Just huddled up for the time being.
Dracon, can you have like a little fire or Nova?
Each
I
room has a
can't-
fireplace as well. I should have
Oh.
mentioned.
I can, yes.
Is it not
Miss
still like
Nova,
jungle weather here?
Can you start
It is
the
still
fire?
jungle weather, yeah.
It's humid as heck. You.
I want tea, Nova. It's been a long 3 days.
She wants a dry heat, not a humid heat.
Would
Oh,
Would
fair,
you be
fair, fair.
willing to share?
Yes, I just
Mi-
like comfort.
Miss Nova, would you like to take care of the fire, or are you unable to do that today?
I actually can't do that unless you want the fire made of poison.
I
Oh.
definitely don't want a poisonous fire, although that does sound
I
very
think so.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, I guess, use burning hands and
Oh,
use
God.
that to light a fire.
Okay, you can do that. Though I would say if you have prestidigitation, that can also.
I do not.
You don't. Okay. Well then, yeah, you could. It's a little much, but there's just a burst
Flamethrower.
of flamethrower, like flames from his hands for a second in the fireplace, and as he pulls back, there's a roaring
Just hear me shout.
fire.
Quick, throw in the logs, quick.
Ah!
There you go, Miss Junko, you can make your tea now.
Thank you. And then I will literally make Cora wait to ask her questions until my tea is ready, and then she can ask.
Okay.
It's
Cora
kind of
will
like
wait.
every time she tries to talk, I'm just like,
So, while she makes the tea, guys, I guess we should speak, to the constable in the morning. I mean, maybe she'll know about the tree. That's a
Probably
good
the
bet.
innkeeper too. They seem to collect information well.
Yes, they do. Maybe we
I
could
could
see if there's
also-
anything to buy around here. There seems to be a market.
They also seemed, I don't know if that's normal, but they seemed to be very cautious.
That's why
Yeah,
I
they
asked if
also
there was
seemed
any
a little-
trouble.
A little nervous.
Yeah, so maybe there's some other stuff going on.
She did say more travelers, which makes me, or more adventurers, either or, which makes me
Yeah.
think maybe another group has passed by recently, and that's why they may be on their toes. Maybe the
Maybe.
innkeeper would know something about that and be willing to speak.
Maybe.
We can ask in the morning.
Is that tea ready yet, Miss Junko?
yes, okay. I will share, and I will sit
Oh,
down
thanks.
by the fireplace. Don't care that it's humid, and just
Now I want.
Okay,
You're a very
Clara.
loud drinker.
it's intentional.
Oh, I thank you.
So did you know my sister?
No. I don't really remember my childhood either. Just flashes like everybody else.
I don't have any flashes of mine. Not before I was at the monastery.
Weren't you taken as a baby?
I just remember Merrick finding me and taking me to the monastery, and I was about 4. I don't remember anything before that.
Please, Miss Junko, you don't need to do that.
What
That's pretty normal.
what were
Or-
the outskirts like of Eminence?
Tim, what are the outskirts like?
Well, the outskirts of Eminence is something of a misnomer because it covers about a 6-mile stretch of city around the 18-mile diameter city.
Isn't it part of it like for pirates? Or is that the island?
There is part of it is there is a lot of piracy there. The docks district of Eminence is big enough that you could fit an entire city or port in it and still have room to spare. That part of the outskirts, there would be hundreds of massive sailing vessels coming and going. All of the markets, there would have been trade of every kind. Some of it great and wondrous to see, some of it terrible. Things that don't belong for sale in any market.
Okay. I got enough. Thank you.
Mhm.
I lived near a pirate central. So I remember stealing fish with a few other children, and it was fun.
Oh, were you an orphan?
No, just rambunctious.
Where are your parents?
They're in Eminence somewhere. I got sent to boarding school, basically.
Boarding school? Where at?
Corvania.
Sorry, it's so weird to me that I was supposed to go to Eminence and you were sent out of Eminence.
You know, it happens. I wasn't the best kid. That's why I
Same.
said you needed to fight the pirate for
Wait,
respect for them.
Didn't you say you were an assassin?
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So you went to boarding school for assassins?
I don't think my parents knew what kind of boarding school it was.
That's pretty cool.
And how did you know my sister's name? Was it just pretty well known there?
There's a statue of her.
There is?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a statue of me?
I don't remember. If you were taken as a baby, it would be hard to make a statue.
I could have been a little baby.
Maybe
I
they
don't
added
recall.
to it.
I don't
What?
recall seeing a statue of you there.
Do you think Celine's alive?
I would hope so. If you're here, it's very hopeful. Sorry, it's hard to do a voice. My throat is really scratchy.
Drink some
Feel
tea.
that.
Yeah.
Stop slurping and maybe drink it, Miss Junko.
Maybe it's destiny for us to find each other again.
Again.
Elia says it's my destiny to be an Eminence. To be the protector of Archael, his guardian.
Do you want to go back?
Well, I don't remember anything about the place. I mean, I don't have a problem with going there. I just didn't want to be stuck there, you know? So that's why I ran away. But why does Archael need somebody like me to protect him?
Yeah, he's a god, right?
Yeah,
He's a god king, not a god.
pretty much.
It's
Is
funny
that-
how you say you don't want to be trapped there. That was exactly how it was for me, which is why I wanted to leave.
You were trapped there?
No, I just didn't like the thought of, I guess, bowing down to a higher power.
I'm not worried about that.
I know, Miss Cora. I just mean, I like the thought of traveling and learning.
That's
and
what I
Eminence
like.
is Eminence is a great city, and I'm sure you will love it when you go there.
But you didn't you say you had like dreams and visions of chatting to the God King?
I had a dream, yeah, and somebody was talking to me from the sky. He said to come home, my princess, or something like that. It's been a little while.
Yeah.
I guess that was
Growing,
probably him. Why couldn't he say, "Hey, by the way, I'm your dad, Archael. Can you come home, please?" You know, something like that.
I feel like my princess is pretty concrete as well. I'm just saying.
Well, most dads call their daughters princess.
Yeah, it could mean anything.
So I heard.
I wouldn't know. I never got called a princess, unfortunately.
I got called you little shit.
Same by my dad.
Well,
were you called a
if-
princess too, E3?
Not by my dad, no.
Well, if that was my dad, that's the first time I remember talking to him, like, ever. So,
I mean,
Yeah.
growing up with that entire expectation that you're just gonna go somewhere and protect someone that you don't know for the rest of your life, whether or not they're your family, that's a lot to ask somebody. I don't blame you for not going. I don't think you should blame yourself for not going.
So, Nova, you wouldn't go protect a higher power for your faith? You would not do that?
I mean, my faith doesn't believe in one single higher power, so not entirely
That's
sure
why
I
I said
can
a
relate.
higher power.
The world is probably seen as a higher power, I would imagine.
that's another thing. Coming out here, it's seeing all this. I don't like the way people choose to worship Archael. They use it as a force to push things onto other people. And I don't think that's right. I think people should be able to worship whatever they want. And I know you guys have seen and been prey to it. People pushing Archael on you.
Tim,
Mhm.
for a reminder, Eminence used to be a place to gather of all faiths, not just one, right?
Centuries ago, yes.
Yeah.
Before
For most
the
of-
dynasty.
For most of my young adult life, the religion of Archael was attempted to be forced upon me. Being
Well-
an eminence is kind of the thing, I suppose.
When I do plan on going to Eminence, and when I go, I'm gonna try to make things change. And if he is my dad, he's gotta listen to me. If he's the one, forcing this kind of thing, I'll just be like, hey, stop it, Dad. And then,
Well,
I haven't really planned further than that, but I'll figure out something.
If he doesn't listen, we could try and kill him if he wants.
What?
I was joking
don't-
again. I was
I don't want
joking
to kill
again.
my newly found father. Dracon,
I mean,
your sense
yes.
of humor is rather dark.
I
Yes.
I'm
It's
I'm
been a-
still
yes.
I'm still confused because you chatted to someone in the sky who said come home, and then you chatted to a snake who said, what did the snake say?
Snake pretty much said that somebody of its lineage shouldn't be falling for these tricks in the fog, and that I was surrounding myself with strength, and that was a good thing. Right, Junko?
Correct.
So
what's the connection between Arkel and snakes?
Elia, I
Has
brought it
there
up
ever
to
been
Elia.
one?
No, Elia says that snakes are beguiling and tricksy, and it might not be related, but she was gonna prey on it, but she doesn't really know what it is either.
maybe you should.
Maybe my dad got with a snake.
That
No.
was not
I
where I was
don't-
going.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I
not
was gonna-
sure.
Yeah, logistically, let's just skip over that one.
Okay.
I maybe you should try and work out whether your dad's a god king or a snake, or both, before
Well,
you
he's
go
not a
back to
snake.
Eminence. A serpent, one of tricksy blood. I don't know what the snake thing means, but then
Do
I don't know
people
much about
regularly
gods.
see Arkel? Like, does he make public appearances?
In Eminence? I don't know.
Would I
I'll
know
look
that?
at Junko and
You can do a
Dracon.
history check or a religion check on that.
Would I know, or do I need to make a check as well?
History or a religion check, yeah.
Okay.
20 for me.
Okay. Dracon, you know that Archael is almost never seen. He almost never leaves his... they call it his temple, his palace. He makes appearances like once a year at a big holy festival, but even then it's always from a distance. It's from like a balcony where he looks out on high over his people, he addresses them, and then otherwise he rules through servants and speakers for him.
I was like the
About
queen.
Thrommel.
Thrommel was very much present in day-to-day life of people. The one exception is very noteworthy. He went to Korth personally, which was
great.
unprecedented. And he spoke with the leaders with the king of Korth on the eve of battle, and that's when Korth unconditionally gave itself to Saragarda for annexation. And no one knows what. Like they said the scriptures are that he walked over the water from Eminence all the way to Vigormount and through the Crown Gate and met with them just in the night, and then just upon concluding left. It was said to be a miracle.
Is there any like thoughts on what happened there?
The
Does anybody have,
accepted
like-
history is that, at least within this country, is that he utilized divine power. In essence, magic on par with the wish spell, to wish for, it would be miracle. and he made a peaceful solution so that nobody would die. That is the accepted history in Saragarda.
Okay,
Is there...
I don't know if we was told this, but obviously he's deemed like the God King, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people worship Archael, but does anybody know where he got his power from?
His father Barial, who was the previous God King.
And before him?
Presumably the so on and so on back to the beginning of the
So
dynasty.
it's like a family line of
Asamar.
There's like no...
Yep.
Okay.
And each of them has, and the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. Their clerics have divine magic. If they weren't really gods, then how would clerics be able to have divine magic?
Yeah. Well, I mean, clerics get their powers from gods, which is what makes me think. Is there a word or hearsay of they got their power from a different, higher power?
Not in Saragarda's written history and scripture, at least not in the stuff that's permitted in the public today.
That makes sense, yeah, okay.
I bet Corvania has some fascinating texts on the subject. But
So it would seem that he doesn't mingle with the folk of the city. Maybe once a year, but even then he's not really in the middle of people.
Are there lots of artwork of Archael, and how is he depicted? And does he look the same in all of the artwork?
I would say all of you at some point or another have seen from either stained glass windows or paintings, or I mean, it's like seeing a real world religious figure of that prominence. He's always depicted in white robes, usually surrounded by a platinum or gold halo or holy aura about him. He is depicted as being short-haired with kind of a trim goatee and mustache, black hair, black facial hair, but golden top of head hair. Usually the long his top of head hair, if you will, is portrayed as being like sunlight shining from him, like radiantly. He has dark eyes, but is usually depicted in peaceful poses. Usually he looks calm, serene, compassionate, fatherly. He's always depicted in that sort of
What
pose
color
and
eyes?
demeanor. Black.
You said dark. Black eyes?
Yeah, black, yeah.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have actual art, but just as a reminder to you guys, Cora's eyes are two different, or what do you call that? Bicolor?
Photochromia?
Yeah. One eye is orange and one eye is purple.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I have a very specific question.
Okay.
Are there any known snake gods?
Make a religion check. I feel like we've done this one
We've
before.
Can I
done
do
this.
that?
Did we do this?
Yes.
Oh, I think we did do
I'm
this.
pretty sure
Me
you
and
guys did do
Junko
this.
did. I don't
and you
know
found, yes, there are there's tons of snake gods. There's so many snake gods. It's almost...
I want to go back to what this snake said to you, and maybe your lineage does come somehow, or your family's power does somehow come down from that.
Well, I don't know anything about snake gods.
I don't neither.
We
Not
had
too
two
much,
rooms.
there's loads.
Yes.
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 Put my teacup down.
No, the other room's our room. This is your room.
Nope.
Yes, I'm leaving now.
I wanted to show you guys something else. She'll pull out
God.
the amulet. Helia gave me this.
Oh, I bet that's
what is
worth a
that?
lot.
Oh,
Yurko's
said-
gonna actively try not to look at it.
Look at it.
It is a
Look at it.
platinum amulet shaped like the sun with a large ruby embedded in its center.
Suddenly, this little thing her teacup is suddenly very interesting.
tiny.
Grab her head and
Elia-
force her to look.
Elia said they found me wearing it.
Okay.
Is it magic, Dracon?
Is it magic? I could take 10 minutes or whatever it would take to identify. I have detect magic. I can just use it as a first level
So
spell.
first of all, I'm gonna have you make a history check on this.
Can I do that? I never did that.
16.
16. Looking at it, I mean, you know this just by looking at it. This
Yeah.
is the royal symbol of Arkale, worn by he and his heirs, and only by he and his heirs.
This is basic.
His daughters
Okay,
and
cool.
his son would have had one. He had one. It was worn by Barael before him. It is a marker of the bloodline of Arkale.
This is to show you are his bloodline.
Oh,
How does it do that?
I think it's just a symbol, and once people see it, they know.
So if I was to carry that, they'd think I was his bloodline.
I don't know if there's any dwarfs within that bloodline, but I guess it's possible.
That was just, playing.
Oh, I
idiot,
thought you was being
guess.
very literal
Not,
there. I'm
not,
sorry.
not specific. I just mean, like,
Do you want to be a princess, Ifri?
yeah, that'd be great. Maybe not.
You could
for,
get adopted.
Maybe not in Eminence. It sounds a bit like hard work.
Yeah, I imagine.
but was it magical or no?
Is it
You'd have
magical?
to
I will
spend
use.
time.
Yeah,
or
I
you
have.
could
I
use detect magic.
can. I will use detect magic first level spell.
Okay.
You can
So it's
be a princess
instant.
in my village. Ethan.
Plus 10 minutes.
It is magic. It is powerful magic.
Oh,
Would I know what sort of magic it is?
It's not really affiliated with any one school. It's a
It says you
complex
can learn
magic
it's-
item.
Cool. Okay.
It is extremely, extremely magical. And I
Oh,
can't quite get a point of what exactly it does, but
If you
Maybe
spend an
you should
hour
wear it.
identifying it, you'd be able to.
if you give me 1 hour tonight, I could
Well-
identify it for you.
could I attune to it, and would that count as me identifying it?
You cannot attune to it until it is identified, technically.
What the?
Pass
yeah,
it here,
you
Miss
can-
Cora.
You can look at it.
You could, I suppose, you could attune to it as part of identifying it, if you can, if it's an attunement item.
I don't know if it is or not.
I spend an hour.
Okay.
Junko,
I'm
why
getting
won't
to
you
bed.
look at this?
Nova falls asleep while that's happening.
Junko is gonna pretend to sleep right next to Nova.
Are we all
Junko?
sleeping in? I think we
Junko?
might be. I think we might be sleeping in this room together, guys.
Okay.
This would be the first time, and it makes me happy.
Sorry, that's not.
I like sleeping together.
perverted.
I feel safe.
Me too. Anyway,
If
give
you're
me an
just-
hour. Are you going to stay awake?
Yes.
Okay, I won't sell it then.
What do I find, Sam?
Insight check.
Laugh.
I will let you see the item card. You may not
Oh.
read line for line from the item card, but you may
Alright.
discuss at your whim. Let me make sure that there's
Okay.
no. Yeah. Okay.
You could turn into Archael once per day.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna wear it.
You can start a religion while wearing this amulet.
Oh, I can't use it. Is this only
Aw.
being sent to me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
Ooh,
can't see.
okay, hang on.
I
Hang on.
can't see anything.
Ooh, shiny.
Ooh.
Miss Cora, I don't think this is very useful. No, I'm joking. So it has 3 uses.
Okay.
If you attune to it, only you or one of your bloodline,
I look at Junko.
can use this amulet. Basically, once. Wait.
I don't even know how to word this. As an action, you could spend. Expend. No. No. No.
Figure
I
it
just
out.
gotta-
Couldn't read it. He said you couldn't read it word for word.
I don't know how I would word this.
What does it do? In literal sense.
mean literally.
So it has the ability to blind those who are against Archael.
Okay.
Nova visually. You're asleep. You're fine.
I'm asleep. I wake up for that.
I mean,
I'm just
if
like,
you're a
"Oop."
light sleeper, I'd imagine conversation happening like 5 feet away from you might wake you up. That's up to you. I leave that at your discretion.
This one is quite powerful. If you happen to die while wearing this amulet, you are brought back to life,
Oh.
which sounds
Hey.
very overpowered, but sure.
Wasn't that the same thing as the thing that you were already wearing?
No, I think was that not as like a stabilize
That's
when
a
you
stable
went down?
if you're unconscious and dying.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the other thing I bought. The other amulet.
This is, by the
Oh,
way, a neck
jeez.
slot
I'm
item.
blinged out.
This is the
You're
next one.
becoming.
It is a
You're
neck
becoming a
slot
collector.
item.
We
Not
don't
an
really have
attuned
anyone
item?
Pardon?
It's not an attunement item. It's
It
just
is.
a neck slot.
This
Oh,
is.
it is.
It's
Oh,
both.
okay. I
This
got
is a
you.
very, very powerful item.
So yes, you can be brought back to life. And you can also you can also expel sunlight from the amulet also,
Oh.
which is very, very, very useful, I imagine.
Just a note, this is different from the daylight spell in that daylight casts light as though it were sunlight. This specifies it is true sunlight.
Yeah.
It lasts for quite a length of time
Which
and in quite a large radius.
means it would vaporize a vampire.
Wow.
And you have a certain amount of, I suppose, usage per day.
So if the Gothias tree was a vampire, I'll sit up.
Yes, this
Do you
would
use
definitely.
this necklace, it could kill it.
Well, that's what they say. It was made from a vampire, right?
It's a dead vampire, yes.
But
Maybe I could try blasting it with this.
surely, if it's a tree, it's seen sunlight.
Yeah, but this is like
Yeah.
holy sunlight.
Okay.
I don't believe this is deemed as holy, but maybe.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's once you damage. I'm awake. Hello.
Oh,
Well, I was right next to
Oh.
you, so I sat up, so me talking was like, God damn it.
Because imagine it, we're just being her talking,
Yeah.
and then
I mean, to be
everyone's
fair,
waking up.
Everybody's
getting
just
more and more
sitting there.
excitement in the room, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine, I don't know, maybe once you damage the tree enough or expose the roots and then expose the roots to sunlight, that's
Oh yeah.
Do
you
we
have
need
to
to buy a
destroy the
space?
tree by its roots. So
like I say, it lasts a very long time, so it would be prolonged sunlight.
I've never dug up a
Extremely
tree
useful.
before. Is how much work is that?
Probably
What?
a lot.
I guess we'll see when we find it.
Okay.
Here you
Cora?
go, Miss Cora. You should definitely wear this.
Okay.
Definitely not let it be seen.
yeah, keep it hidden. If people
Okay,
see the symbol.
I'll keep it next to my devourer.
Oh. Wow.
I was joking. I'll put that in a
While-
different pocket.
While we're talking about amulets, I've been.
Will Laura
I've had
help me?
this. I've had this, but it doesn't work in the way I hoped. So does anyone want it?
What is it?
Handing over the. Hang on, let me get it. It's the,
The amulet of proof against life and detection.
That's the one. Yeah.
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 I'm wearing that one too.
Yeah, we've got two of them.
What's it do?
But-
It
Uh,
detects you from being like divination magic used against you, stuff like that.
Oh, I want
Scryed
that.
upon.
Oh, I would like it very much.
There you go.
Wait, why?
What do you mean, why?
Is somebody watching you? She was very excited, Nova.
The most
I'd
excited
be
I've ever seen
excited
her in
if
my
I was
life.
getting a magical item as well, guys.
Junko,
We know, Dracon.
tell
I
me
know, yeah.
why you won't look at this.
So like a
You might
vampire
be a
with a holy
vampire.
symbol.
Yep.
I was thinking a dog that ate something from the counter and refuses to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, oh wow, that is some nice speckle.
Why won't you look?
It seems like Eminence is a sore subject for her. Perhaps that's why, Cora.
I will not. If she doesn't say anything at all, she cannot be incriminated.
Fine.
I feel
Ithri, you
like-
should have this. I'm gonna give Ithri a necklace.
Oh,
Oh,
thanks. But what
It's
is
the
it?
periaptic of wound closure.
Nice.
Would that not be better on someone who's not as good at getting
if-
beaten up?
Sometimes
bat
when you
my
get
eyelashes.
beat up, sometimes when you get beat up a lot, you.
Yeah, it'd be
am-
nice for you to stabilize yourself, though. No.
I will take
Oh,
it. I
man.
just.
I want
know.
you to have it.
Because if you
Ithri.
get hit while you're
Okay.
down, and then they're taken away mechanically, death saving throws.
I'm so
Yes,
squishy.
Ashley knows this. Ashley knows it. If was being nice.
I guess you should
Yeah.
make jokes about killing my dad, Andre Khan.
Oh,
Oh, God.
I'm kidding. That was not in character.
Yeah.
I would like to think that it
Cora's
was.
ever been.
Cora's
I would
got a
actually like to
mean
think
streak.
that was.
Definitely in
Cora has
character.
learned the magic of vindication.
Can
Oh, I
we
love
sleep now? We have a big day tomorrow.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
going next door. Have a good night.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're not all okay.
No.
And I'll walk off.
No.
Oh,
I'll
well,
sleeping
well,
alone.
well.
Nobody's
Go back
coming
to
with
sleep.
me. I refuse.
Ithri,
Would-
you should go keep him company.
A3 Let's go. Go over there.
Go over
Okay.
there.
Tarithiel was just transing. He's just gonna get up and.
Cool. Thank you for the thing. I need sleep.
Well, Cora's gonna look at Junko and Nova.
Nova
Um,
already turned around, but she's still awake.
Can I
You're
have
on her
this?
side.
Can I have this bed over here?
There are two in the room, just so you guys know.
I'll sleep on the floor.
Are you sure?
I thought we were cuddling. Wow.
No.
Well, I'm gonna be.
Suddenly went real cold in here.
I'm gonna be praying, but then I could come over and sleep in that bed.
Oh, I was talking to Junko.
No.
She said she was gonna sleep on the floor.
good.
And
Oh.
she said she was laying next to me, so I was talking to her because she was like, I'm gonna sleep on the floor. And I was like, oh,
3
okay.
degrees of ice.
You
I'll
don't.
just.
You don't mind? Okay.
I cast
Thank
Ray
you.
of Frost in the room and run away.
Cora will just go by herself over on this bed,
Okay.
Okay.
and I'm gonna put the medallion down there, and I'm gonna pray. I'm gonna pray at it very hard.
Okay.
Dad, hello, hello. And that's like in her mind.
I was gonna say, does she usually
Hello?
shout when she prays?
She normally does pray out loud.
Okay.
Do I get a response?
No.
Is this thing on? Hello?
I'm gonna knock on the wall. Stop it.
Sorry, I'll go to bed. And she'll just cuddle up and hold the pendant close and go to sleep.
Okay. You guys are able to take an extended rest.
Yeah.
Dreams are the usual.
What does
Jinko.
that mean? Oh,
Oh.
Absent.
Oh.
Your dream is the same as it has been every day for you know how long.
10 years.
But this time, the skeletal figure who's always following you, who's always chastising you, he says, "You fight, you fight, only disappoint. When will you tire of it? When
Would
are
you rather me do?
done? You fight so you can keep running away. shameful.
Where do I have to run? Or to go?
I'm not here to give you answers.
She
Choose
comes back, I'll go back. And I'll look at the skeletal Deva.
the skeletal Deva, for Deva it is indeed, cuts himself off mid-sentence, looks at you and just shakes his head in disgust. You think you still have a choice after what you've done? You are the one who is as the dead here.
You are the what?
You are the one who is as dead here. Cling to your death. And once more, as always happens in your dreams, the dead begin to rise. You see the ghosts of all those slain by your hand.
I'll pick a druid for nature.
You learn the secrets of nature. What a fun class feature. You guys get your extended rest?
Nova, you probably feel Junko, like, sweating.
I'd wake up.
And, like, mumbling. And then...
If she tried to wake you, would you wake up?
Oh, yeah, easily.
Okay.
But one of the things she'd probably mumble in her sleep is, like, where would you have me go?
I want to be careful, though. Waking a sleeping Corvanian.
She's probably used to it by now.
Yeah? That's fair. Well, by the time you guys are awakening, to say the sun has risen would be an understatement. I would say it's probably quite high in the sky. You didn't end up hiking all the way through the night, but it was close to 3, 4 in the morning by the time you got in. It would be pretty close to noon, I think, by the time you guys are rousing. With the exception of Therithiel, who is an elf and full of bullshit and is up at 8 as usual.
I normally take an elf.
Was I able to attune to it?
Oh, I will send you a whisper.
And I assume Ithri can attune to the thing I gave him.
Can I do that in my sleep?
You can as like part of breakfast in your morning routine.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Good morning.
I can't wear 2 necklaces.
I'm harder to kill now. That's great.
I'm gonna prod E3.
Avery,
Hello.
good afternoon. We should get about our business.
Okay.
Let's go get the others if they're not already up.
What's the
Okay.
necklace that I'm wearing? So I can put it on my sheet.
It's called the Amulet of Proof Against Detection and Location.
Billy, would I know that?
I leave
Yeah,
that
we
to your
identified.
discretion.
Oh, you're talking about something else?
Oh, did she get something I didn't?
Oh man.
Can't know everything.
Yes, I can. I will. Don't you worry. I mean,
So,
Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
yes.
Let's go find the others and get breakfast.
unfortunately,
Lunch.
when you come out into the common room, you find that there's a few passers-by here, traders and what have you, enjoying tea and drinks. Breakfast was probably a few hours ago. You can still get some cold breakfast. They'll give you what they got left, but it's not going to be fresh or
Can I not just get a lunch?
no bake. You could get lunch, yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, let's get lunch.
And for like a silver piece will cover food for the entire party. So
A good thing Dracon has all that silver.
Who's paying? Because I am not paying. I paid for the rooms.
I'll buy lunch / breakfast.
Bar owner. What was his name? What was the owner's name again?
Garon?
Here.
Garen. Good sir.
He's... One moment, let me just drop this off. And he drops off like a kettle of tea at another table, where a halfling and a human both kind of... Thank you. Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Of course.
Lovely, yes. What can
Just
I get you?
curious. Any news of note around these parts?
Oh, plenty of news. What's your field of interest?
Any adventuring parties like ourselves come through the village as of late?
Oh. Well, yes and no. It didn't
That
go
makes
very
no
well,
sense.
I'm afraid. They were local. Four of our own. That's right. Off to the Sunless Citadel they were. Looking for glory, you know, as kids today do. He glances at Nova and Cora.
What is this Sunless Citadel you speak of?
Oh, you don't know it? Oh, it's something of a local legend, if you will. It's our famous landmark, a little north of here. It was supposed to be the fortress of some dragon cult long time ago. Very long ago. Until Democrite was overthrown.
Democrite was the ancient green dragon.
Yes, you do know your history. Yes, Democrite and his horrid cult. And now it's something of a ruin. It's collapsed, buried with some dwarven ruins, I think. So every now and again you get adventurers who come out looking for lost dragon treasure, thinking they'll clear it from kobolds or goblins or whatever's taken up residence most recently.
Has there ever been vampires there?
Vampires? Oh goodness, no. Not that I know of. Not that anyone would ever find one, mind you. They don't call it sunless for nothing.
Wouldn't that be a reason for vampires to be there?
What I'm thinking exactly.
Well,
Aren't vampires scared of the sun or something? I read that in a book or two.
I suppose I've heard news like that, but well, they wouldn't.
What about...
There have been some stories recently of things marauding at night. You know, from time to time.
Insight check him?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want to know, like, did he seem kind of scared? Like, how did he see when we mentioned vampires? Oh, a natural 20.
Natural 20.
Nice.
All right, so
24.
he seemed at first completely confident that, like, absolutely no way, not possible, and he was you got the sense he was just about to explain to you all the reasons it couldn't possibly be vampires when he had a thought of something that could very much fit with a vampire, and you can see he's suddenly very uncomfortable.
Oh, shit.
And there have been some cattle disappearing, and
I thought,
stories about those wandering at night, but that's just common sense. Don't wander about at night, not in these parts.
Yes, definitely not. No.
But I've never seen vampires that bite like these, though. Very strange. Puncture marks all over the body.
Is there anything that happened recently that perhaps we could... I know it's obviously not your expertise, but we could have a look at?
Oh, no, I should think not. No.
Maybe with a constable, perhaps?
I would think not. We tend to take care of our own right away. There's no sense waiting about, and there hasn't been a death in some time. Maybe some lost cattle, but those just don't come back.
So what's exactly happened to the four adventurers?
So Bradford, Caracas, and the Hercriel twins. They didn't come back.
And you have no idea what happened to them?
They went to the Sunless Citadel, I can guess.
Yes.
Tragic. I was so
How-
sure. Sir Bradford even took the family sword. They were well outfitted, they were smart. Bright future, all of them. And, Carowin is still holding out hope. She might even offer a reward if you can find her siblings. Carowin Hercriel, the general grocer.
We will have a word with her, perhaps. See if we can help.
They were her younger
being
brother and
made.
sister. They. Yeah. And as I said, Sir Bradford, he was knighted in eminence. Came all the way back following his studies and wanted to do good for the village. Was going to pay for his family to move south. Took Shatterspike with him, and
That's a very cool name.
that's a very cool weapon. It's run in their family for generations, I understand. Magical. Some say intelligent.
I like yes. Maybe we can. I think.
And then, of course,
May,
Karakas,
yes.
skilled ranger. Used to wander the jungle. And not just the Ashenwood. Went as far as the Gnarlwood and came back. Many adventure. Really,
So these were seasoned.
yes. And the twins, mind you, the best warrior and mage of their generation.
Oh. How long ago did they travel that way? Do you know?
Not long. Week and a half.
Oh. This is slightly off topic, but also on topic of, I suppose, the Sunless Citadel. We are inquiring in the area about a tree, and not
Tree?
a specific. Yes, I know there's a lot. Egglefire tree, to be exact. Do you know of such a thing?
I don't think we grow any of those here. We've got a few.
No, they're
we've got-
not good trees. They poison the land.
Yes.
Have you heard
Yeah.
of one outside of your village?
Arkil knows this land's had enough of poison, as you can see already, I'm sure. But
Yes, the Ashenwood.
no, can't say I've heard of a tree. Though, funny.
Yes, very funny. What's funny? I missed. Wait, would you?
You're not the first to ask about that. I remember every face that comes through my inn, you know. Should have been a teacher, I was told. Could have been. From my memory.
Hey, I was a teacher. Maybe you should
Oh,
have.
you don't say! And he grabs your hand and is shaking it, clasping it.
When you said I knew about history, that is something I specialize in.
Oh.
So thank you for noticing.
Bless you, sir.
Yes.
I never forget a face. And especially ones, like yourselves. Enigmatic and eccentric and adventuring sorts. We get a few that come through here, and I make a note of every one of them. There was one
Yes.
13 years ago.
That is a very long time ago.
Good
Yes.
memory.
Yeah,
This one here was like 3 years old at that time. That's crazy.
really.
Yes.
Well,
You clearly didn't teach maths.
She's 16. 13 years ago, she was 3
I'm
years
saying-
old.
Hey!
17. I thought she was 17. Oh, my bad. Retract that statement.
This was a grim-faced sort of chap, a human. He had a very large pet frog, too, asking about some tree or another. Couldn't help
you-
him, so he went off. Arkil knows where. I assumed he was headed for the Sunless Citadel, and don't you know, never came back. They never do.
Did you happen to get a name? Of
Oh,
this
yes, it
man?
was, Belloc. Belloc, I think.
Belloc. Did he have a last name?
No. Don't usually get many of those in these parts. Surnames, it's more of a northern fellow thing.
So he was here. He was inquiring about the tree?
A tree? Some big old twisted tree bearing magic fruit.
Yes, magic fruit.
That is what we seek.
Really? Well,
Yes.
you should have said so. I could tell you all about the magic fruit.
Oh my Jesus. I mean, Arkale, please tell us
Jesus.
what do you know, good sir?
Oh, about the fruit? Well,
Yes.
I'll
not a
I'll
whole
give you
lot,
10
but,
gold.
sometimes the goblins come up around these parts midsummer and midwinter.
Yes, we heard this.
Midwinter,
Where did they come from?
we send them packing on their way. Midsummer, they come here with the ripest, most vibrant red fruit you ever seen. And they're just giving it away.
The summer fruit they give away?
Yes, they just hand it out with a price. The price being plant the seeds.
Yep.
Of course, yes, that makes sense.
I must say,
Tell
some of
people
those
to
seeds
stop.
have done great around here. The druids tell us it's probably brought life back to the land. The winter fruit, though, white as a corpse. You don't want to touch it. Even touching it will give you a nasty rash. Horrible stuff. We told them to take that and go on their way.
We didn't know. Go ahead.
Druids around here. Are there many?
A few.
Where?
Not so much anymore, ever since, what's her name? Nella took off.
Oh. Where did Nella take off to?
Not sure. Druid business. Into the jungle she goes, and off go all of her followers.
So are there any left here? And where can I find them?
Oh, not this time of year. That was some 2 years ago. They've been coming back every spring. Just to check on us, I think. Not Nella or Hella. Nella? I think it's Nella.
I think it's Nella.
But her followers come in, make sure everything's growing, sprinkle a few seeds, magic the whispered words into the ground. They'll buy a few rooms for a few nights.
Wait,
and then off
Nella
they
or
go.
Kella? My
Kella,
notes say
that's the
Kella.
one,
Is
Kella.
it Kella?
There's so many different versions of this name being thrown about.
I could tell you her face, though. I know exactly what
Yeah,
she looks like.
Certainly could.
Lovely woman.
You
Is
don't know
she-
where they go to or come from.
Into the jungle. Druid business is all they say. Not that I haven't asked.
Jungle's quite big.
Yeah, you're telling me. Though, that day 2 years ago, I remember. Some, Eastern fellow came over. Vigormount accent, I thought. Like you, sir. He gestures at Dracon.
Do you remember what he? Oh well, of course you know what he looked like.
Of course I do. Yes, he was all
Did he have
armored
any-
up. Shining steel, bearing a painted symbol on his chest. Symbol of Archeal, of course.
Did he have a name?
I didn't catch it if he did. He didn't want to talk to me. Came straight for Kella. Then off they go into a private room, whisper, 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 and suddenly she's got to go into the jungle. He had an entourage with him too, though they stayed outside. I think he was the leader. They were all just escorts. Bunch of knights.
Those who are servants of Arkale don't seem, at least from what we've seen, to get on so well with druids. But maybe I'm just assuming here.
Well, they seemed just fine with one another. Respectful. They seemed to know one another. She got all
Okay.
serious-like as soon as she saw them riding into town. Said she needed to take care of this, and I said, nonsense, Kella, I'll talk to them. Give them rooms. No, they didn't want rooms. They didn't even stay. Polite, though.
Is there anybody else around here who may have information on this fellow?
Well, you can ask.
Maybe
No,
the constable?
as I recall, they meant business. They came in, demanded to talk to Kella. Or he came in, I should say. Wanted to talk to Kella. He talked to Kella, and then they went back, got on their horses, and rode off. Plenty of folk will remember it. I don't imagine you'll get anybody who talked to them, except Kella.
Do you know this name, Nova? Am I presuming?
It was mentioned to us when we were inquiring about Oakhurst that Hella is the Archdruid of the Circle of the Land. Never mind. Yep. Nope. Can't talk about it here. Forget I said anything. I was like, why does that name
Begging your
familiar?
pardon, but, it's fine. What you've said is no secret here. We know who Kella is.
Oh, okay.
She's single-handedly responsible for bringing this land back to life.
So,
Yes.
we heard that the fruit, the summer fruit from this tree, gave regrowth, I suppose is the word. We
Regrowth.
didn't know it gave life back to the land, though.
Well, I mean, it's nothing to write home about in a drink, but it certainly is magical. It has some healing properties. It'll cure a winter cold, take care of a snake bite. And as far as planting the seeds go, well, it's been a bit up and down. We only have the druid's assurances that it's done good for the land, but the trees never take root. They always, they never last. They just vanish overnight.
Yes, we heard about wandering trees, sir.
Yeah.
Where do you know where the goblins come from?
Not for sure.
to-
Somewhere in the Ashenwood, but if I had to guess, smartest place for them would be in the Sunless Citadel. Don't take my word for
Okay.
it, though. I'm not a goblin. They're
You're
definitely
not,
coming
sir.
from that direction.
Do you happen to know how far away from here the citadel is?
Just a few miles. Maybe
Oh,
7 miles. You could take
Through
the
the
road right
Ashenwood?
by there. The old road goes just past it.
Cool.
I don't know if there's anything else I need to ask. Does anybody else need any information, perhaps? I thank you for your time, sir.
Oh, I'm happy to have conversation with a fellow scholar. He's gonna push out his
And-
chair and get up.
For your time, and I'll hand him 5 gold.
Oh, well, bless you, sir. Bless you indeed.
Yes, thank you for your blessings, sir.
Are we gonna head out soon?
I think that we should talk to the families of these people who went missing most recently.
Do you,
Yes, we need to speak to the
Perhaps the
grocer.
constable?
Yes.
do you mind
Just-
if I just take another hour before we leave?
For
Well,
what?
I mean,
Sure.
we're staying in town, but sure.
I just need to go do something. Junko, can you come with me, please?
Okay.
Oh,
May I ask, is this bordering on the line of this is a secret we don't want to tell the group, or is this some other matter that maybe I'm overthinking?
We'll be back in an hour. She's
Okay,
gonna go
Giving up
upstairs.
Dracon, let's just let Cora have her secrets. I think it's
I
okay.
agree. We can be sassy about her together, Miss Nova. I don't mind.
I don't want to be sassy about her. I think forcing her to share it is going to make her not want to share it.
We could force her though.
Our prying eyes
think we
don't
could.
do it. Junko will. Them.
Doing anything.
And then she walks up, and then she goes to catch up with Cora.
Where are you two withdrawing to?
To our room.
Okay. Let's follow that then, real quick.
Are there any windows?
Yes,
Are we on the second floor or first floor?
there's only one floor here.
Are there any locks on the door?
There are.
After
gonna
Junko
die, guys.
gets
I'm
After
gonna die.
After Junko gets in the room, Cora will shut the door.
What is this about?
Click. She'll turn around and look at Junko. You hiding from something?
No,
You lying to me?
a little.
Don't lie to me, Junko.
Not
It's
you
just
that I'm lying to. I'm lying to myself as well.
that's even worse. She's gonna step forward and grab your hand. Like clasp her hands over it. And then let go. And she put the amulet in your hand. I want you to sit here with me.
And
I want you to attune to that.
no,
Junko,
no.
if you are lying or running, you need to stop it.
Why?
Just try. Because I need to know too.
And what will it prove?
It'll give us both some answers.
Cora, you're the only one who wants answers. I don't need them.
I couldn't
Right.
attune to it, Junko. You know what that means?
You couldn't?
I couldn't. That means Archael is not my father, and I am not part of the royal blood. So I need you to attune to it.
Cora, it will work, but please don't make me attune to it. Sarah!
I'm sorry, don't leave me. So what's your real name, Junko?
Don't make me say that out loud either.
You know mine.
You know mine.
She'll
I haven't gone by that name since I lost my dreams. Been 10 years. I don't deserve it.
Do you not want to hang on to that?
Not right now.
She'll hold her hand out to take it back.
I will give it back.
I won't tell anybody, but I have to tell Elia that she has the wrong person. I can't live a lie like that.
Junko's actually gonna start crying. Just quietly. Okay.
Cora will just go forward and hug Junko. And also cry. Cry party.
Cry party.
So does it take an hour to dye hair or something? I don't get it.
Honestly, I have no idea what's going on.
He does have a lot of hair, so.
I mean,
she is of different blood to, the normal folk, I suppose.
do
It
we
wouldn't
need
take as
any-
long to dye my hair.
Or me?
Well,
But mine's
I-
not magical, so. Or yours, E3.
I just had a thought. Maybe I should dye my hair so people don't think I'm as old as I am.
Don't use ink.
I
I
would
think you
that's
should dye it a
stupid.
fun color.
What would a fun?
Yeah, like a
It's
purple
fun.
or something.
Lilac.
Yes.
Could you perhaps make?
We could make a dye out of the flowers.
This is sounding terrible. Actually, I'm thinking about it. I don't know if I want purple hair.
What about just a beard? Purple beard.
Can I have a purple beard?
Yes. I'll try to remember how to make dyes.
Okay, get back to me on that, and I will tell you then if I want. Maybe not purple.
Well, what color
Could
then?
we go for like an orange, maybe?
You want to have an orange beard, and E3 wants a purple beard.
I
Should we
want
just-
orange,
should we just want
orange
mine?
hair and yes, orange hair and beard, maybe.
Is that what your natural hair color was?
It used to be, yes.
Yeah.
It used to be orange, really.
I think.
I'm not sure if I've written down on my backstory what it was, but yeah.
Hey, what you
That's-
say is what it is.
That's what it is now.
It was orange, yes.
Well,
I think
Bright
having orange
orange.
hair would be fun. Mine's always been this silvery white color. So is my mother's.
I don't think of it as fun. It's just what it is. Like it's
So
always been that
vibrant.
way, so it's not. Yeah, but it's not like oh, it's new and exciting. It's just
Oh, true. We've existed with it for.
A change
long
is
you've had
always
a beard.
nice. Yes.
not too long actually. Only like 10 years or so.
Sorry, E3. How
Hi.
old are you?
44.
Does it work different in dwarvish years? Is that like
It's 44 in
200
dwarvish
doggy
years. 200
What's-
in dog years. It would be more like 3 in dog years. I don't know
How
how
long-
long.
Wait,
the
do
dogs
dwarves
last.
have the same lifespan as like humans, or do they have a longer one? Like,
Dwarves
halflings?
live to like 300 or 400 years old.
oh wow, okay. Well, you're a little baby.
Are you?
I'm
are
a
you
45-year-old baby.
45-year-old baby.
44-year-old. 44. Very specifically 44.
Are you older than me then?
Am I older than you? Well, no.
I'm 64 in human years, but
Well,
No,
I'm
then he's definitely
44 in human years.
wait, what? But if you
Your,
live to
your years
400,
last
how-
the same time, right?
Not. Yeah. His
I mean,
lifespan
we
is just
travel
longer than
around the
yours.
sun. Yeah, but I don't. Okay, I don't know. I'm not
It's
very
okay.
good
You
with this,
studied
so-
history, not lifespans. It's cool.
That's very true. Maybe I need to look into that a little bit more.
It'd be like a cosmology class.
E3 like
I
just
have the same
graduated
lives.
high school
Yeah,
and he's
he
getting out on
did.
the road.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Barely.
No comment.
I have the same lifespan as humans. I'm pretty sure.
You're pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think I have too much longer left, to be honest.
Oh no! You don't say that.
I don't mean to be dumb.
I mean, you're quite you're quite sprightly for someone who's on death's door.
Yeah, you're really just getting after it lately. I mean, it's not like you have days to live.
Oh my god.
All the
Yeah,
stress
but-
is just getting to
The
me.
physician told me I only got 2 days.
I didn't mean like that. I just mean, humans don't live very, very long,
Yeah,
Maybe
Uh,
there's something I can do about that, though,
you're all children to
I'm
dwarves.
sure there's a ton of magic, but we'll do.
I will look into it.
I think probably, Ava, if this is correct, about maybe a half hour later, they'll come back downstairs.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're right. It's only on one floor.
I mean,
Oh,
they'll
yeah,
come
we'll
back
come
into
back
the
out.
neighbor.
in the
Yeah,
comment.
we'll
They
come
made a
join
new
you.
All
floor
inns are
quickly.
2 floors.
They built a second
how
floor.
it is.
That's how emotional it was.
They
did
knew
you
we
guys
needed
build that?
space.
Just hear a hammer like, so what's going on?
You built the second floor in an hour and a half, huh?
Is everything okay, you two? Are we?
Yeah.
Are you? Why
Right,
are your
right.
eyes puffy? Oh no.
I've been crying.
Why is your hair white, blonde?
We thought you went to dye
golden?
your hair. Did it go badly?
Oh. I didn't dye my hair.
We noticed.
Yeah.
I have a disguise that
That's right.
that she gave me.
Hey,
You need to tuck your hair in a little bit. It's poking out.
She'll like tuck all her
I'll
stuff
just, I'll
in
just,
and, like,
I'll,
put it
I'll
in.
help tuck your hair behind your.
I'm just gonna do that awkward, like, put my hand on her shoulder
no-
to, like, comfort
There's
her.
no point.
I'm gonna have my mask on, so you guys can't really see my facial expressions.
I'm confused, but would a cuddle help?
Yeah, Cora.
I could do with a
Okay.
cuddle. Oh,
She'll hug.
can I join?
Yeah.
I'm gonna die soon.
What?
He just
joking,
Dracon just informed us that he doesn't have very much life left.
Why? What's wrong?
I
Nothing.
think
He's just
I-
realizing he's old.
I think he's getting
But
to
you're
like
so sprightly, Dracon.
That's what we said.
I think he's just having like a midlife crisis or
If-
something.
If I may,
Life. Oh, you've got another 60 years then,
Oh, I'm
Dracon.
crying.
Is that
I'm
not?
crying.
if I may, I hear that you get really spry before you go.
That is
Oh
something
no,
I'll never forget.
Dracon!
Do you have a bucket list?
Really
If you
spry and
try
then
to-
you die?
I
In the
really
night-
hope whack a pirate in the testicles was on that bucket list.
I mean, you should
Someday
write a bucket
soon.
list and put that one on there and tick it off.
Yeah, just put it on there.
Someday soon you might try to wake me in the morning and I don't stir anymore.
Dracon!
No, Dracon! She like hugs and puts her face in your chest.
I think
Oh.
I've just realized I'm old, guys, and I don't know how to deal with this.
What do you mean? Your bio says not old at all.
It was a lie.
That's
this
all it
whole
says.
time.
You've been lying to us. How dare you?
The biggest lie was my age.
The gray hair wasn't a dead giveaway.
Are you actually 68?
Oh God, I hope not. I've stopped tracking my birthdays for the last few years at least.
Oh dear.
We
was
could
my
get
life.
some
Birthday, I feel like-
vegetables in town, like with some antioxidants in them, and
It might be worth it, Miss Cora.
yeah, make some like nice chicken soup and
If
And
we
help
dye
you-
your beard, will it make you feel younger again?
I feel like I'm going to start crying.
no, Dracon.
Maybe get going before this gets
Confused,
worse.
cuddle?
So confused right now.
I can just see E3 like reaching his arms up to the 6-foot Dracon, just like
Like, probably wraps his arms around him and then like, oh, that's butt. Hang on.
wait, his butt's better than the front
You
end.
can squeeze it if you want. It's fine.
Whatever helps you feel younger.
Should we go before we all realize our inevitable
Yes,
mortality?
let's go and speak to the grocer and the constable.
So you guys make your way out of the inn, somewhat laughing, somewhat crying,
Somewhat confused.
somewhat confused. We're going to end the game here tonight
Dang.
with
I learned some stuff. I unlearned some stuff.
You unlearned some stuff. We learned something big about you
Yeah,
last week,
shit.
only to have it unlearned.
Right?
What is happening?
Redact your notes, guys.
Yeah, just go
I
through and cross
know.
everything out.
Tim, I was
my
going
God.
so long trying to make her believe she was a princess, and you just fucking rip it from her.
You know how hard it's been to keep that, just to zip the lip every time you've talked about it?
Yeah, I see why now.
Yeah, well,
Bless.
hey, you know,
Wait, then
Now
what
you
can't
happened to
confirm
my
anything.
sister?
maybe that is her. Maybe,
Maybe she's adopted.
right, or maybe she's a bastard. Or, hell, maybe Archael found her.
Aura's definitely a bastard.
there's, who knows what's going on here.
I am
Not
a
you
snake.
guys.
I am a snake princess.
Yeah, maybe.
But you know what?
I have a theory. But...
For 3 wonderful days, Cora thought she was a princess, and I hope that was a magical 3 days.
I don't know, because
All the princesses.
the first day and a half, it was Snake Princess, which I imagine isn't as good as.
No, that was the 4th and 5th day.
Oh, my bad.
That was beforehand. The 3 days would be
Yeah,
since
true.
Elia told her.
Oh, I see.
But
Like,
not
for
even
those-
Ilya knows the truth. Oh my god.
Ela, you don't know shit.
I feel like today we lost a daughter of Archael and we found one. Like there's a nice happy balance about that, isn't there? Doesn't that count for something?
Is it me?
Yes,
Yep.
it was you.
Ethan,
Try the
second
amulet
daughter.
on!
I admit this one felt a little cruel, so thank you guys
Oh,
for
I'm gonna
making me
make
feel
you-
guilty as hell.
I'm gonna make you and everyone feel everything.
Oh, you got me. You better believe it. You got me today. So, thank you. Chat, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the raid earlier, Zukana. Thank you so much. And for all of the new follows. If you guys want to see what you might have missed today or in any of our past game sessions, you can find that on our YouTube channel, which is no doubt linked in the chat probably by now. There it is.
Someone was quicker than I was.
I would also encourage you to check out these lovely people and also these lovely people wherever they can be found online in the wild. They're all fantastic. You won't regret it. And also you can follow our Twitter for updates on when we are going to play or cancel. We will be live again with this game next Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. BST. Hey, I got it.
Yay. I also have
and-
an announcement before.
Yes, let me
Like,
wrap
sign
this
off.
up and I will absolutely. Okay. Tomorrow we will also be live with Pathfinder First Edition playing with a different group. That will be at 7 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Mountain, midnight BST. Ava.
Oh, I made it sound way more important than it was, so
It
you
sounded
let
Is
me.
it that you're a
Yeah,
princess?
I'm definitely holding on.
This
to
is
The princess
Dracon's
thing is going to her head.
favorite state of being.
Yep.
Naked.
Is it? Is that true?
Always.
Yeah. Dracon's
That
favorite
tracks.
state of being is
he
naked.
sleeps in the nude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if someone
There you
does
go.
happen to walk in there and he just didn't wake up that morning, they're gonna have all kinds of
Ah!
surprises.
Oh, that reminds me. If we're dyeing my beard and my hair, then
Is it grey there as well? Never mind. Let's end the stream.
That's on that note. Goodbye, chat. Good night.